What's going on, everyone? Welcome into a live edition of NFL Daily by Chat Sports. I'm your host for today, Matthew Peterson. We're going to have an awesome watch party for the Rams and Eagles NFC Divisional Weekend Showdown. This is quietly, I don't think it's too quiet, but it is semi-quiet, one of my favorite sports weekends of the entire year. I know everyone fixates on when we talk about sports weekends, first weekend of March Madness, Masters weekend, all that good stuff. But you get divisional round, you get the best of the best here. We got the final 8 teams standing, and we've got an awesome NFC showdown between the Eagles at home with the Northeast weather in January in full effect with the LA Rams crossing the country. So, who you got? I want to hear from everyone watching right now. Rams or Eagles? This is not a dedicated channel to either team. This is the Chat Sports mothership. So we're going to kind of play it fair and neutral and just watch the game like I'm hanging out with you at your house on the couch right now, drinking a beer. So we'll have a good time. We'll hang out. We'll watch this one together. But let me know, who do you think is going to win? Rams or Eagles? I want to hear from everyone in the comment section. We'll have producer Cullen Brown come on in just a little bit as he gets through some stuff right now. But Ty Man the Buckeye, my right-hand man, is going with the Eagles. Bryson's going with the Eagles. Devin's got the Rams. Santiago has the Eagles. I, too, have the Eagles. I love a good upset pick. I really struggle with picking upsets in the NFL playoffs. Meaning, by struggle, I can't envision some of these teams losing at home when they've looked so good in the regular season. Like in the NHL, the NBA, college football, you can kind of map it out in your head. But I'm really struggling to close my eyes and picture Matthew Stafford and the Rams, not that they're bad a team, but knocking off Barkley and the Eagles in Philadelphia. However, we just saw the Commanders go to Detroit and beat the number 1 team in the NFC all season long by a lot. Like, it was close, obviously, at the beginning, but it was all Commanders for the second half. So I'm going to stick with the Eagles, but the Rams I do think have a good path to victory, and that is Matthew Stafford has been a clutch postseason quarterback as of late. He's got Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua, Kyron Williams. Like, they got plenty of weapons to use on offense where if this one turns into a shootout, they won't be in a bad spot. They won't be caught with their pants at their ankles. However, the Eagles are going to dominate, or they should dominate, in the trenches. Now, having said that, Sean McVay is a mastermind, and I wouldn't be surprised if he comes up with some short, quick concepts to get the ball out of Stafford's hands quickly so the Eagles' pass rush can't get to Stafford, and the Eagles' offensive line, well, they're going to have plenty of time blocking all the pass rushes for the Rams. Can that run game stay up against Braden Fisk, Byron Young, and some really good young up-and-coming emerging players for LA? Now, before we get any further in today's pregame before kickoff from the link, today's show is made possible thanks to our friends over at Game Time. Game Time has an awesome feature called Game Time Picks that makes getting tickets to see your favorite teams play live even easier. Game Time Picks filters out the fluff to show you only incredible deals so you don't have to waste time searching through thousands of tickets. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app today, create an account, and use code CHATSPORTS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code CHATSPORTS for $20 off. Download Game Time today. What time is it? Game time. Also, a quick shout out to our friends over at Prize Picks. Prize Picks is the best place to get real money sports action. With over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings, Prize Picks is the place to be for daily fantasy made easy. All you do is pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections. Let me show you exactly what I'm talking about. Taking the more on Saquon Barkley at half for touchdown. Also taking the less on Cooper Kupp at 39.5 receiving yards. So download the app today and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. All of that information is in the comments and description of today's video. Download the app today and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, run your game. So we've got Cullen on the ones and twos today. Colin and I, if you want some chat sports lore, he started about a year ago, almost to the day-ish.
Yeah, I've been here about a year and
2 weeks.
roughly.
Yeah, and Colin and I, we were Batman and Robin.
We were.
I would say Batman and Robin. I would say trying to think of something. Cause Robin sounds demeaning.
I mean,
what's a Batman and like a Robin plus?
I mean, whatever you want to call it. I mean, Petey was doing all the heavy work, so I'll take Batman and Robin.
I'll be Robin. I'll be in tights.
We're being too
How
nice.
much of a super chat for you to get in a Robin costume? Speaking of though, our super chat menu for today: $5 super chat, and you can tell us which team you're pulling for today. Rams or Eagles, and I want to see which fan base can win here at Chat Sports. So if you're competitive, you want to support your squad while supporting a completely free channel here, Super Chats do go a long way. $10 Super Chat, we're going to spin a wheel. It's got a lot of fun mystery items on it, so if you want to uncover that, $10 Super Chat. $20 Super Chat, and we've got one of our interns here. I don't think I'm allowed to call them an intern anymore. They've been here for like a month, but it's fun to call them the interns. Plus a Beers Cheers or a Beers Cheers from the intern. So $20, and we'll get those flowing for you guys. So that's what we have on tap for everyone today. 86 people tuned in with us. 21 minutes to go until kickoff. Make sure you like the video. We've got my burner in the house. I'm pulling for Petey. Matthew Petey fan, thank you. Salute to you. My family still thinks it's someone within my family running that account. And if you are a family member of mine and you just pulled a fast one over my head, I feel dumb. But I try and tell them, like, no, it is not my fiance running that account. Like, it is someone I don't know, and they don't want to believe that.
Yeah.
Okay, we've got 25 likes so far, nearly 100 people watching. About 25-ish% of people hit the like button. We can do better than that. We can do better.
I'll tell you what. We're here to party. We're here to have a good time. Obviously, we're talking football, NFL Divisional Round, which, by the way, hot take, may arguably be the best weekend of football.
That's what I was saying. Like,
it's so good.
Because if you go under this logic of the closer you get to the Super Bowl, the better the game. So the best weekend is the Super Bowl. Yeah, but you only get one game. Okay, well then AFC NFC Championship game next weekend. Yeah, but they're only on one day, Sunday, and it's only 2 games. Divisional, 4 games, 2 Saturday, 2 Sunday, and quality games. Whereas wild card, while I don't dislike wild card weekend, they're not always the best quality in terms of how close they are because you still have a good amount of teams in the mix. So I'm excited for today and for this entire weekend. Speaking of this weekend, what a game last night.
Yes. The
Lions, here's an unpopular is the wrong word. Here's a sad sports take I have. You ready?
Okay.
Sometimes, this may have happened to you already with your sports fandom, your team goes far, they lose in the semis, they lose in the championship, and you're sad. Your friend is trying to pick you up, and they say, don't worry, you'll be there next year. You'll be back. There are some teams where you may not be back.
Right.
And you just caught lightning in a bottle, and that was your run. Prime example, if you told a Panthers fan after losing to the Broncos in 2015, don't worry, you guys got Cam, you'll be back, you were lying to them. I wonder if this is true for the Lions. Not that they don't have the personnel, but they are about to lose 2 major pieces in offensive coordinator Ben Johnson and defensive coordinator Aaron Glenn. They won the 1 seed. They may not get back to the 1 seed and allow the playoffs to run through Detroit again. They're going to have Jared Goff. They're going to have Amon-Ra St. Brown. They're going to have Aiden Hutchinson back. They're going to have good pieces still at foundational cornerstone spots. But they may not have this cast and crew of coaches with the 1 seed at home. This might have been it for the Lions. That sounds way too premature, but
that honestly sounds like right on the money.
It happens in sports. We're like
all the time.
You won't be back, right? When the Patriots lost to the Eagles in the Super Bowl, you could tell a Pats fan, don't cry, you'll be back.
Yeah.
And they were back the next year and beat the Rams.
Yeah.
I don't know if this window for the Lions is going to continue.
Yeah, no, it's very up in the air. I mean, especially if they lose both Aaron Glenn and Ben Johnson. We got Pedro with a $5 super chat. What's going on, Pedro? Petey, rise up. Good to see your face, my man. And F the old brick higher. Pedro, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate you tuning in to support Chat Sports. And yeah, my take on the Jeff Ulbrich defensive coordinator hire for the Falcons is not a bad candidate,
bad process.
Yeah.
And that's the scary thing because you have the same people that are hopefully going to be running this team for a long time in Atlanta implementing bad processes.
Yep.
If you have a good process where you do a thorough, manhunt for the next coordinator and you do everything you should do and you just make a bad decision at the end, okay, mistakes happen. But if you have a bad process, you'll never get to the right answer. And I feel like firing your DC and hiring your next DC 7 days apart, to me that says we were never interested in doing a thorough search. We were just going to be looking to hire my old buddy Jeff. So I'm a little concerned with the process that Raheem had. Pedro, thank you so much for your super chat, though. First super chat of the day. Let's go.
Shout out to Pedro. Again, if you want to send in a $5 like Pedro just did, and say, hey, I've got the Eagles, I got the Rams.
Yeah.
Again, we are keeping track of that. Here,
Do you want to give a prediction who's going to win, Rams or Eagles?
Okay.
Just in the Chat Sports super chat battle, we'll say.
Yes. So in the super chat battle,
I'm gonna go Rams.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Rams. I feel like most people would think the Eagles. No offense, Rams fans, much larger fan base in Philly, so You got more boots on the ground, but I don't know. I think there's a Rams fan watching right now who's going to get the ball rolling, and all of a sudden we're going to learn, like Emperor Tojo, you might have awoken a sleeping giant. If anyone can get that reference, I'll be very, very proud of you.
That's awesome.
Rams from Lamar. Ooh, speaking of Lamar Jackson, who do you got tonight? Because I am pumped for Bills-Ravens from a football quality standpoint.
Yep.
It's the closest game. It's kind of amazing to see how far some of these Vegas spreads have been so far today or this entire weekend. I mean, yesterday we had Chiefs-Texans. Chiefs were 8.5-point favorites.
Yes.
It kind of changed a little bit as we got closer to it, but we'll call 8.5. And Pedro, let's go. And then the Lions were a touchdown-plus favorite over the Commanders. Today, the Eagles are a touchdown-plus favorite over the Rams, but Bills, Ravens, 1.5-point game. Ravens, I believe, are slightly favored on the road, too. Pedro, $2 super chat. Pedro, getting it started for Rams Nation.
Okay.
Go Rams. I'm a big UGA fanatic, and I love Stafford. You got Stafford, and you got Stetson Bennett.
Yep.
Although I don't know if he's still even.
I don't think he is.
Jimmy Garoppolo is the backup.
Yes.
Is Stetson Bennett even on the roster?
That is
I don't think he is. He threw 5 interceptions in his lone preseason game this year.
I would be shocked, honestly, if he's still on the roster.
Yeah. Pedro, thank you for supporting the channel. He is? He is. You know what happened? I think they forgot about him.
I think they did too.
I think what likely happened is the Rams front office kind of forgot about Stetson. He could be just a fun guy to have in the weight room.
Yeah.
Makes a couple of jokes when he's spotting.
Right.
Keeps morale up a little bit.
Right.
And just no one wants to get rid of, although Stetson Bennett never struck me as the funniest guy in the room. So I don't know what he's bringing to the table.
We'll see.
Definitely not IQ. The guy was in college for most of the 2020s and 2010s, and he never got a degree. Okay, now my Tennessee bias is coming through. Today's show, by the way, is sponsored by our friends over at Game Time. Game Time has an awesome feature called Game Time Picks that makes getting tickets to see your favorite teams play live even easier. Game Time Picks filters out the fluff to show you only incredible deals on great seats so you don't have to waste time searching through thousands of tickets. One thing I love about Game Time is they offer the Game Time guarantee. If you find tickets in the same section and row for less, Game Time will credit you 110% of the difference. So take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code CHATSPORTS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code CHATSPORTS for $20 off. All that information is in the comments and description of today's video. Download Game Time today. What time is it? Game time. We are 15-ish minutes away from kickoff between the Rams and the Eagles, and we are less than 4,000 subscribers away from 400. A monumental number to conquer in the YouTube world. So if you like free NFL, NBA, college football. Let's just call it sports content because that's what we do at Chat Sports. Make sure to subscribe. We're chipping away at this bad boy here. We're going to get to 39,000. 39. Oh, such a big number. It's hard to say. 397,000. And then we are 3K away from 400. So make sure you lock in by clicking that subscribe button down below for free daily content at Chat Sports.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I'm going to make a deal with the people, Petey. So pulling back the curtain a little bit, Petey's feeling a little under the weather. He, had a fun weekend this weekend, but hey, he's powering through. He's here with us. He's hosting the show. I, however, got a great night's sleep. I even slept in a little bit. My alarm didn't go off this morning. So I'm going to make a deal with the people. If we get to 397K subscribers, I'm doing a beer bong. If we get to 397.5, I'm doing a beer boot. So,
beer bong for 397.
Yes.
Which is if you want to get good at math, work at a company like Chat Sports where you learn how to count to 1,000.
Yep.
Because I can see this right now and I'm like, oh, easy math here. We're looking at 262.
Yep.
I was going to say 52. I'm like, wait, no, carry the one. Super Chat menu one more time for anyone that just tuned in, though. $5 Super Chat. We will ask you who you got, or you tell us who you got, rather. Eagles or Rams, and we're going to see which fan base can win within the walls of Chat Sports. $10 Super Chat. We have a very fun wheel spin, and I'm waiting to show you guys what's on it, but we need to get $10 Super Chat to get the ball rolling on it. And then $20 Super Chat, we're going to have the intern take a couple of shots for some beers, cheers, something to that tune. So if you enjoy the free content, hit that Super Chat icon down below. Send in whatever you can. If you're unable to Super Chat, not an issue at all. We just ask you like the video because that is completely free. So who is your Super Bowl prediction? Who's going to be in it? Now that we have a better idea of who's left standing, my original prediction before the season started, I did 49ers versus Ravens.
Really?
Yeah. I thought the Niners would get back. Bad take.
Okay.
Didn't even make the dance.
It happens.
Ravens are still there, though.
They are. I'll give you that.
So if I get at least a participant right, I feel like that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Updated, before the playoffs began, I went Lions-Ravens. That's not looking too good at the moment. So I'm going to go Eagles-Ravens.
Okay.
Give me a Birds Super Bowl.
Okay.
What was the last Birds Super Bowl?
It had to be a while because the Seahawks.
Seahawks
played the Broncos and the Patriots.
Falcons played the Patriots.
Eagles also played the Patriots.
Ravens played the Niners.
So that's not a.
That wouldn't cut it. Have we had a Birds Super Bowl?
I feel like we had it.
Cardinals have never made it.
Because you got to think.
Well, they've never won it. They lost to the Steelers.
I don't know.
I don't think we've had a Bird Soupy. We might get a Bird Bowl.
We might.
Bird Bowl.
Just for context, my Super Bowl prediction before the year was I went kind of half chalk, half bold.
Okay.
So I went Chiefs versus Rams. So mine's still technically alive.
You're alive, yeah. I can't knock it.
Yeah.
Who did you have winning it?
I had Chiefs. So I went chalk.
Yeah.
I went chalk.
3-peat.
Yeah. So
it is cold, by the way, in Philly. Cold with a chance of snow coming up.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think here?
Yeah. Let us know down in the comments.
Garfin has Eagles versus Chiefs. That's coming from a Cowboys fan, so you did not enjoy typing that. Lav S, it's awesome to see you. Bills beat the Commies. Okay. I can get behind that. Commies going to beat the Eagles or Rams?
I mean, I'm not going to lie. Like, if it's Commanders-Eagles in the NFC Championship game, they've had two really great games in the regular season.
They have. The Commanders won the last one.
Yeah.
And the Eagles were trying.
Yeah.
But they did lose Jalen Hurts.
They did.
If the Rams win today, it would be Commanders-Rams at SoFi.
LaCura.
If we get a
What's up, brother?
game at SoFi, that would be interesting to watch.
Yes.
Could be an NFC Championship game at a neutral site.
Yes.
Lamar says KC versus... You're not even taking yourself, Lamar?
Ooh. It's kind of cool.
Jack Mullins, Rams 27-21 over the Eagles is my prediction. Pedro, if it ends up being Rams and Commanders, can you safely say it's the worst NFC Championship on paper? I guess so, from a paper standpoint of how you would rank players in different position groups and the rankings that the players on those two teams would fall in. But I don't give a shit about the TV ratings. I don't like when people are like, ooh, don't really want that matchup. Yeah. It's not a very good rate. You know what I mean? When people are kind of like motivated by, I'd rather have some blue bloods to appease NBC. Screw the big networks. Give me the winners.
Give me the winners.
Give me the winners.
All right. We got to get these like numbers up. All right.
Yeah, we're at 50 likes, 163 people tuned in. Hit that thumbs up button down below.
All right. I'll give this until 5 minutes till kickoff. If we get to 100 likes before then, I'm cracking open a beer. We're getting this party started.
49 likes to go. Let's get there.
Let's get it.
Fishman says Ravens Commanders. I'm in, but I do have one stipulation. The Ravens fan who was videoed beating up a Commanders fan after their game earlier this year, you know what I'm talking about? This Ravens fan was just like, I don't even know how to describe him. I wouldn't say a vigilante by any stretch. No, it was just an absolute menace on the sidewalk, just terrorizing Commanders fans. That guy, they found him, like TikTok found him. By the way, RIP, but also welcome back, TikTok. And then they promptly kind of ruined his life, got him fired, I'm sure, and arrested. That guy, he has to suit up in a Ravens jersey and take one snap on defense or offense.
Right, yeah.
And I want a Commanders player to lay him out. That, I think, is like, okay, time served.
Right.
Put him in the backfield, and he gets to get Bobby Wagner in front of him.
What kind of a justice is...
That's fair justice. Can we all agree?
Fair justice, okay.
I think at that point, everyone can go like, okay, that's probably worse than 6 months in the jail.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
So, and we're at 58 likes, by the way, so we're chipping away there. Any predictions for today's game, score-wise? What are you thinking? Give me your score predictions, too.
So, again, I had the Rams before the year. I cannot say with confidence that I have them
today. You got to stick
with
it.
You do?
No, you have to stick with Rams.
I have to?
You cannot hedge out now. You've gone this far, dude. It's a very impressive prediction to have both teams in the divisional round.
I'll go, okay.
That's not easy. You started with 2 out of 32, and you're down to 2 out of 8.
I just don't like the Rams, but all right. I'll go.
Stick with the Rams.
I'll stick with the Rams. I'll go Rams.
Okay.
27. I'll go Eagles 24.
I'm going to go.
That's my prediction.
I think the Rams might have a little bit of Team of Destiny vibes. This is going to sound morbid, but hear me out. I sometimes am under the belief that if a natural disaster strikes a city, the sports team tends to elevate itself to bring city morale up. We saw that with the Saints winning the Super Bowl, the Astros after Hurricane Harvey, although they kind of cheated, so maybe an asterisk next to that one. I wonder if the Rams are like, we got to do this for the city. I kind of want to take the Rams right now. I was all Eagles, and now I'm starting to second-guess myself.
There we go.
I'm going to say Rams. Screw it. I'm in on the Rams.
Okay.
I woke up this morning thinking Eagles. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry, Eagles fans. I'm going to go Rams 29-21.
Okay.
29-21. The Eagles have the ball, needing a touchdown, a 2-point conversion, and Jalen Hurts throws an interception in the end zone.
Yes.
There it is.
I like it.
Yep.
I like it.
Script is out.
The script is out. Oh, man. Get your score predictions down below.
184 people hanging out with us. Appreciate everyone for taking some time to join our watch party for this game. Quick shout out to our friends over at Prize Picks. Prize Picks is the best place to get real money sports action. With over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings, Prize Picks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. You just pick more or less on at least 2 players for a shot to win up to 1,000 times your money. Prize Picks puts their members first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. When my picks hit, I can get my money in as quick as 15 minutes. Download the app today and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. All of that information is in the comments and description of today's video. Download the app today and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. Run your game. We've got Mike Tirico, Chris Collinsworth on the call on NBC, Matthew Peterson from Chat Sports along with Cullen Brown on the call for Chat Sports, giving you guys a free broadcast, or free broadcast is a strong word, free watch party for today's NFC Divisional Showdown between the NFC West champs, the LA Rams, and the NFC East champs, the Philadelphia Eagles. If you are ready for kickoff, 200 people calling us home for the next 3 hours, type me in the chat. I'm going to give shout-outs to everyone like Ty Man the Buckeye, Lav S, typing E. Let's get things going here. 64 likes. We can do better than that. We're not even at 50% like ratio. Hit that thumbs up button down below. Lamar Jackson, Jim, U-Haul, Zach, Tyson. Let's get the me's going in the chat here. Justin's hanging out with us. Thank you to everyone who called us home for this game. Fishman, here we go. Prediction for tonight's game while we're in the prediction spirit.
I think me and you
Bills, Ravens.
I'm going to go Bills in this one.
I'm going to go Ravens.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to go Ravens. I think for the Bills, it's not that they can't win this game. If they played it 10 times, the winner tonight would probably win 6 out of 10 times.
Yeah.
Maybe even 5 out of 10 times. But it's not a series. And I think the Ravens have been playing so well the second half of the year. Yeah. The offense has never been the issue. The defense was the problem to start the year, and the defense is fixed. They moved Kyle Hamilton back to safety. It's fixed up the secondary. It's allowed Roquan in the front seven to be a lot more cleaner and organized. I just got a feeling the Ravens are going to go all the way to the Super Bowl. I even got them beating the Chiefs.
100%.
Yeah.
I think, listen, it'll be close. I will say also, tonight's game could be the game of the year. Like, it has that potential.
It might be. Like, whoever wins this game, that game versus the Chiefs is probably going to be the game of the year.
Probably, just because of the whole storyline
right.
and all that. But
because I feel like the Chiefs' toughest matchup will be the AFC Championship game.
Yeah.
No offense to one of these two teams or Commanders, but if it's Chiefs versus Rams or Chiefs versus Commanders, that Bills or Ravens game will have been tougher for them.
100%. 100%. Chiefs not beating the Bills, says ice cream. I mean, at some point the Chiefs got to lose, right?
I would hope so. Here's the thing. I'm not a Chiefs hater, like, historically. I am sick and tired of their bullshit, though. But that was not a roughing the passer on Mahomes yesterday when it was a third down stop and they flagged Will Anderson. Then he flops when he goes out of bounds. I'm at the stage now where other quarterbacks could do the same thing, and I wouldn't be upset about it. I'm annoyed with the Chiefs, though. I'm annoyed with their fan base. This just happens when you become the best team.
Yep.
It wouldn't just be the Chiefs. If any other team was on this kind of run right now, I'd be annoyed with them as well. John with a $2 super chat. What's going on, John?
What up, John?
Feels like 26 degrees with 9-mile-per-hour winds in South Philadelphia as we get ready for kickoff. John, where's Coop today? Coop, one of my closest allies at Chat Sports, is off. He's just sitting on his couch watching the game. I was texting him, I think, yesterday about his plans for Sunday's NFL games and what he wanted to do. So I think he's just chilling at home, but I'll tell him you say hi, John. Thank you for your super chat and for supporting the channel. Coop, one of my go-to guys here at Chat Sports.
Great guy.
Excellent guy.
He was my recommendation that got me hired here. So.
Yeah.
He's pretty good guy in my eyes.
Are you in firstborn son territory for this job? Your firstborn son will be named Coop?
It definitely will
just
be
Coop, by the way. Not Jeffrey,
right.
Not Cooperstein, Coop.
It'll be definitely in consideration.
Yeah.
I feel like we got to get, maybe a middle name in there or something.
Can we make it a wheel spin?
There we go.
I just want the chance. That's
just
all.
the chance?
Just the chance.
Murray's saying Coop is washed, Cup. I will say
he's been not himself recently, that's for sure.
So we did like a walk-in short on our main Chat Sports, YouTube, Instagram, and all that. I had put Cooper Kupp as like my most overrated.
Okay.
That one is aged. I don't have a lot of good takes. That one is aged pretty well.
When was that take given?
This was given. It was during the season.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong right now.
Yeah. So I mean, it's again, I don't know if he's dealing with injury. I don't know if Puka's just Puka. But Cooper Kupp is not the same that he was in, 21 when they won?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. We'll see.
Lav wants the wheel spin. Lav, we got to get a $10 super chat. We're trying to get our first $10 super chat. If you want, we have a competition going between Rams and Eagles fans. Super chat, any amount. Just let us know which team you're pulling for, and we're going to update the standings to see which team can win. Remember, Pedro said he's going for the Eagles.
Oh, Pedro.
Yeah.
Well, Pedro said he said go Rams.
Oh, I meant Rams. I'm sorry. Stafford, UGA. My mistake.
Okay, so Pedro. So all
of
it.
Yeah, Pedro's in the Rams.
Okay, so all of that, so $7.
Uh-huh.
There we go.
Lav, did I ever update you guys on our fantasy loser? No, because our league is still kind of debating about it, like most fantasy football leagues. The punishment will be fulfilled. It's just the format. If you don't know, Lav's referencing in my fantasy football league, we did a punishment really quickly before this game kicks off. Last place has to deliver the trophy to first place in person.
Okay.
And we're kind of spread out across the country now.
Yes.
Post-college league.
Yes.
And the loser lives in Atlanta. The winner lives in Knoxville. And the league said, you have to take a Greyhound bus. And the loser wanted just to drive himself the 3 hours.
Yeah.
And we debated about whether or not he should be able to drive himself or take the Greyhound. So I asked the audience, and they all said he should walk. So that was a very different resolution.
That's awesome.
We have kickoff from CenturyLink Field as the return for the Eagles is not a long one. Rodgers got slipped up by the turf monster, went down around the 26. So Jalen Hurts and the Eagles offense will take the field to open up the game and to kick off the second NFC Divisional Game showdown. Let's hear who you got. One last call. Rams or Eagles? As Jalen Hurts lines up under center in some chilly conditions in the Northeast. Hurts. Play action. Rolling to his left. Finding his tight end Goddard for an easy 11 yards. Good start for Philadelphia. Quick, easy completion, first down. I mean, Jalen Hurts played last week, but you got some guys who took the Week 18 game off, so not much rust after playing the wild card round, but, you want to get back into the swing of things.
100%.
First and 10 for the Birds. I don't like calling them the Birds, though. I don't understand why they were able to monopolize all birds.
That's a great point.
First and 10, Hurts, shotgun snap. Looking to pass. To the left side, it's caught Devontae Smith, gain of 5. This is a fun Rams defense to watch. It's not filled with household names. It's not filled with first-round picks. They didn't have many first-round picks for the last 5, 6, 7 years. But they have put together a very impressive defense with late draft picks. Middle to late draft picks. Braden Fisk, rookie out of Florida State. Phenomenal rookie campaign. Byron Young, third-round pick out of Tennessee. One of their best pass rushers. Second and 5, first touch of the day for Saquon, and he's able to get about 3 yards. So third and short coming up. This is a Rams defense that if you're not a Rams fan, you haven't watched a ton of Rams games, you may not recognize a lot of the names, but they are a force to be reckoned with. Jared Verse, speaking of getting back into round 1, their first-round pick this year out of Florida State, he has been phenomenal.
Yes. Easily one of the best rookie defensive players, if not the defensive rookie of the year, in my opinion.
Yes, it's a run on 3rd and 1 for Barkley, and he's just barely going to get it. Broccoli, it's over.
For who?
Broccoli, which part? Dylan, it's awesome to see you here. Broccoli, what's Jover? It's about to be Jover. Yeah, tomorrow's Jover. First and 10 from the 50-yard line. Jay Livingston with a $5 super. Thank you, Mr. Livingston. We'll throw it on screen for you in just a moment. Drop back for Hurts on first and 10. Dumping it off to Barkley, and he is tackled after a 6-yard pickup. So after the very first play of the game, a 14-yard connection, the Rams defense is kind of strapped in a little bit and has not made the completions as easy as the Eagles would have liked. I mean, look downfield here, and you can tell Hurts wants to go deeper downfield. He's got the time, but no one's open. 2nd and 4, Hurts in shotgun. Takes the snap. It's an option. You hold on to it, and Hurts with his legs has the first down and more. Inside the 30, inside the 20. Hurts, house call, touchdown Philly. Jalen Hurts doing it all by himself, and the Eagles punch it in. 6 plays, 74 yards, 3 minutes and 5 seconds, and it's 6-0 for the home team. When you invest in the offensive line like Philly has, you get plays like this. Boom! Just get off the tracks. Hurts sheds 1 tackle, and after that, he's got a lot of grass in front of him, and he can thank his blockers for that. Jalen Hurts, by the way, reminding you how he is able to squat so much. He is a large human being for his position. Jake Elliott's extra point is no good. They have to cut him. I know that he's been their kicker for a long time. This man is going to cost them a playoff game. Extra point is no good. Alper, can you look up all the misses he's had this year? What's he at, like, extra point and field goal percentage-wise? I think field goal percentage-wise, he's probably around 79-ish. An extra point, I think he's missed like 2 the last couple of weeks. Include the wild card game for me. All right, here, read to me after this. First, a quick shout-out to our friends at Game Time. Game Time has an awesome feature called Game Time Picks that makes getting tickets to see your favorite teams play live even easier. Game Time Picks filters out the fluff to show you only incredible deals on great seats, so you don't have to waste time searching through thousands of tickets. One thing I love about Game Time is their all-in pricing option. Toggling this feature shows the total upfront cost with no surprise fees at checkout. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code CHATSPORTS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem that code CHAT Sports for $20 off. Download Game Time today. What time is it? Game time. We did have a super chat or 2 come in, so I do want to read those because Jalen Hurts' touchdown run got in the way, and then I want to hear about his missed field goals and extra points. Yep. Jay Livingston, get over it already. Mahomes gave himself up, and they came near his head, roughing the passer. Go Chiefs all the way, 3-peat. I won't knock on a Chiefs fan for defending their team. Like, you should go, tooth and nail to the end defending your quarterback. I think we're talking about different moments, though. When you say gave himself up, are you talking about the slide-ish, where he was a runner and then he's like, actually, I kind of want to slide after all? I'm talking about the Will Anderson 3rd and 8 incomplete pass, and they say he hit his head when no one ever made contact with Mahomes' head. But you're at the point of when you win back-to-back, everyone's got, their sights set on you. You have a target on your back, and teams and fans of other fan bases are just going to get annoyed with you. So it comes to the territory of being the best. Jay Livingston, whoops, sorry, drank the Kool-Aid, scratched that, laughing out loud. We talking about which part now? I don't know. I rarely get told I made someone laugh, so I'm kind of curious what I did. And I think we're all caught up on supers, right?
We are.
Jay Livingston, thank you for your support. Now to our stats department, Alper. How bad has it been for Elliott this year? 2024. 77.8%. What's the extra point situation? Second, but I think he had one in the playoffs last week. Can you look at that one? I thought he had one. So this is now his 3rd or 4th? From last week. Okay, so he's missed 2 in the playoffs. What about the regular season? So he's missed 3 between the regular season and the postseason extra points.
He is 1 for 7.
Yeah, it's been a tough year. So Stafford, first offensive series on first down, throws over the middle, nearly intercepted. Darius Slay, who, by the way, has been playing at such a high level for such a long time. I kind of just thought after the Super Bowl loss the first time to the Chiefs the last time, that might be the end of him being a dominant corner. He looks like he can go for another 5-6 years. Stafford got away with one there. 2nd and 10, handoff to Kyron Williams. Not a lot of room to run. If we're talking about the trenches, we're talking about Philly. Their defensive line is stout. Their offensive line is the best in the NFL. It is the engine for this team. So the Rams offensively have to figure out a way to get the ball out of Stafford's hands quickly, not to let that defensive line become a game wrecker. And then the Rams defensive line, I don't have a scheme for you. I've got put on your bootstraps, pull them up, and buckle in for a long 60 minutes. 3rd and 7 for the Rams. Snap to Stafford. His pass is caught, I think. Tyler Higbee, and they're going to say incomplete. It was close to the ground. Higbee was confident he caught it. Eagles all thought it was incomplete, and the camera tells us that it is a catch. What am I missing here? Well, this is not going to be the angle. We need one on the other side. That looks like a catch to me. I've yet to see the ball hit the ground. That's a catch. This is a first down LA. McVay challenges, rightfully so. I'm not quite sure what led the officials to believe so quickly it was incomplete. I mean, it's close, I get that, but this ball never touches the ground. So a challenge coming, and I believe the Rams are going to win this challenge, and they're going to have 1st and 10 at their own 45-yard line. Nearly 500 people tuned in at the moment. We're at 94 likes. If we can get to, how about 125 likes before the next snap, we'll spin the wheel. We'll spin the wheel. The wheel has a lot of fun items on it. $10 super chat to spin it yourself. But I don't say every single, but 125 likes. We are 30 likes away from that number right now, and we'll spin the wheel.
We will.
Let's see if we can get there.
Come on, like that video.
105 likes, 20 likes to go. Chip, chipping away.
43 people in here.
443. It takes 2 seconds to hit that button.
It's completely free to like the video. I don't go to your house, go to your bathroom, and not flush afterwards. That's basically what you're doing by coming here and not liking the video. You just leaving your kids in the pool. Colin, I love looking at the comment section and just realizing, there is a deep debate right now between who's better this year, Lamar or Josh Allen.
Yeah.
I think we can all agree that Lamar's had a better year from a statistical standpoint. Yes. I don't think that should really be up for debate. And that could be the end of the debate, and I wouldn't say that's a bad end point. To play devil's advocate, the question is, would Lamar be as good this year if you swapped the rosters?
Yep.
Because one maybe might be a little bit more impressive for what they're working with. I don't think we should play the hypothetical game. You can't penalize Lamar because his team made a good roster. Sorry, Lamar, you can never be MVP if someone else has a good year and their team is slightly worse than your team.
Yep.
Or I can't even call the Bills worse. They had a better record. 100%. So I think Lamar should be MVP.
I think Lamar probably will win MVP.
Yeah.
But Allen had a good case. He had a good run. But I think Lamar's going to come away with it.
Allen had a phenomenal year. And other years that might have been enough to win the MVP. But he was not the best player this year.
I will say, if the Bengals made the playoffs,
Joe Burrow.
Clear-cut MVP.
Burrow had the best season of his NFL career.
Yeah.
It got lost, but it happened.
It was lights out.
He threw a lot of touchdowns. Threw a lot of touchdowns, and he's played a lot of golf the last 2 weeks.
Yes.
I wonder if a player has ever booked a flight to Cancun right after the Week 18 game ends. If you're like sitting on the bus going back to the airport for a road game, I'm just going to book my flight for tomorrow afternoon. Under center, Stafford and the Rams offense returns after winning the challenge, and they run it with Kyren Williams, and he runs it all the way to the Philly 35. Big game on the ground now for the Rams in response to Jalen Hurts' touchdown run, and first down for L.A. This is a Rams offensive line that I wouldn't say is a work in progress, but it's had some new faces come to it over the last few years as they go younger. And they're starting to get healthy over the last couple of seasons after a lot of injuries, and it's showing. 1st and 10 under center from the 35. Stafford takes the snap. It's play action, flushed out of the pocket. He has to ground it to the feet of Higbee, incomplete. Eagles defense missing a key piece, though. Nakobe Dean suffered a season-ending knee injury last week in the wild card round. Sucks to see in the playoffs, I'd say especially. What double sucks for him is it will likely lead to him maybe missing some of the start of next season, depending on how long the rehab goes. 2nd and 10 for the Rams at the Philadelphia 35. Drop back for Stafford, looking, throwing, caught over the middle, and it's Puka Nacua inside the red zone. Gain of 15 plus, and the Rams are formulating a response to the opening drive that was marched down the field for 6 by Hurts and the Eagles.
Into the game time red zone.
Game time red zone. If you want to go to Bills-Eagles tonight, if you're in the area, visit Game Time, save $20. 1st and 10 from the 19 under center, Stafford. Quick throw to the left, caught by Nacua, and Puka's able to make one man miss and tackled shortly afterwards. I talked earlier about how when you're facing a ferocious pass rush in front seven like the Eagles, got to get the ball out quickly. And right there you see Stafford line up under center, and they're just going to fling it over to Nacua. My guess is Stafford saw something based on the defensive allotment and defensive alignment, and just wanted to give his receiver the ball at the one-on-one matchup. 2nd and 6. Snap to Stafford. Pass is broken up. It's the rookie, Quinyon Mitchell, first-round pick out of Toledo, working on Nacua and breaking it up from behind. 3rd and 6 coming up. 2 major pieces on this Eagles defense, Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean, their 1st and 2nd round draft picks at the corner position, have both had strong seasons, especially Mitchell. 3rd and 6. John with a $10 super chat. Let's spin the wheel after this drive for the Rams. Empty set. Stafford, 3rd down snap. Looking, climbing. He's going to run with it. Stafford with his legs. I think he's got it. Old man was not going to go down easily, and they're going to spot him just short. They're going to say 4th and inches from inside the 10. I'll let you guys be the coach. What would you do here? Go for it or kick the field goal? I've always been an advocate for, in the first half, you take the points. Now, in this situation with how short and close it is, if you think you've got a good 4th down play, they're going to line up to go for it. 4th and half a yard. Handoff. 1st down. Kyren Williams. 1st and goal, L.A. I'm a Finns fan. Tell Nick Roloff he owes me a beer bong. I'd like to see Stafford in the Super Bowl. I will tell Rolly he owes you a beer bong, Mr. Gin. And I've got news for you, John. Were you with us in 2021? Because Stafford was in that Super Bowl with the Rams. So if you want to see him again, I'm with you. But I'm going to blow your mind right now. We got some footage of him in the Super Bowl already. From the 6, Stafford under center. Takes the snap, hands it off. It's another run for Williams. This rush is going to go for just a yard or 2. 2nd and goal from around the 5. It's been a long drive for the Rams. The Eagles' opening drive went 3 minutes, and we've got 7 minutes and counting to go in the first quarter. Lamar, I do not believe Lions fans are rooting for Stafford. I think they are, I would say, done with Stafford, but they have moved on, and it's not a make-a-wish, root on our old friend Matthew Stafford. They were also kind of salty with the way Kelly Stafford talked about Lions fans. 2nd and goal from the 4. Stafford, play action, throw, broken up. Wanting to go to DeMarcus Robinson. This is a fun play from Sean McVay. There's only one player running a route. 10 guys are running a run play. And you've got Robinson, who's going to be running a quick slant from the slot on Darius Slay. And Stafford's going to take a 3-step drop and throw it to him. Slay knocks it out, and it's 3rd and goal. From the 4, in shotgun, Stafford, year 16, takes the snap. Looking to his left, throwing that way. It is caught. Touchdown, Tyler Higbee. Touchdown, Rams, and we are even. It was right at the goal line. Eagles defenders thought he might have been short. I thought it was a touchdown and not much to overthink about it. Higbee came up with a big conversion earlier this drive, and he's the go-to man on this play for Stafford. It is a tight window. He's in. Touchdown right there. No doubt. Touchdown Rams, and they are an extra point away from taking the lead after Jake Elliott pushed his wide. The rookie kicker for the Rams is true. 7-6 for the road team. And opening drives for both teams resulting in touchdowns. Jalen Hurts, touchdown run. Tyler Higbee, touchdown catch.
Got a good one brewing, Petey.
Here we go. 551 people watching with us right now. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us for this game. Make sure to subscribe. We're getting closer to 397,000 subscribers. We are nearly 251 away to be exact from that number. So if you have not subscribed yet and you want to have more free watch parties like this in your life, click the subscribe button down below.
There we go. And we do owe a...
we owe a wheel spin.
We owe a wheel spin.
For Mr. John Ginn.
There we go. Let me put this full.
John's been the MVP of today's show.
That he has. I don't know why that's... There we go. All right. We got a wheel spin coming up here.
Every $10 super chat, we spin the wheel. We have some fun kind of mystery items on it. Here we go. Let's spin that wheel.
Here we go. Dun, 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 dun,
for Mr. John.
Ooh. Oh, look like it's going to be me. Alper, if you don't mind, there's a beer right behind
It's a
there.
Cullen Beers Cheers. Producer Cullen.
There we go.
Cracking one open for Mr. John.
What up, Mike? Shout out to everybody tuning in. Beers Cheers for y'all. Fruit punch. Love me some fruit punch. The initial takeaways now that both teams have had your opening drive and everything?
I mean, initial takeaway is with one drive in the books for both teams, this is looking to be like a shootout. Yep. Obviously, as the game goes on, we'll see adjustments and counters made by both defenses, but both healthy drives from the Rams and the Eagles, and we are in for a bit of a heavyweight brawl.
Yeah, that we are.
Body blow after body blow. So here is the super chat menu. Go ahead, Colin. Sorry.
I was just going to do it. You've been doing a great job. Who you got? Philadelphia Eagles. We are keeping track of who is going to win our little super chat battle. Currently, it's 7-0 for the Rams, as we only have one confirmed entrant, and that was our guy Pedro. Excuse me. So Pedro's got a 7-0 lead. So if you want to send in a super chat, $5 or however much amount, we'll get you locked into whatever team you're supporting. $10 a wheel spin that we just showed you. Again, it could be anything from beers, cheers to shots to maybe some sports trivia. It could be a bunch of different things. And then $20, the interns / me, we're doing shots / beers, cheers. Again, I don't know if we can call you an intern at this point, but
you are the intern until the next intern comes.
There you go.
That's pretty much how it works.
So there we go.
I was an intern for like 2 weeks. Good timing by my part. I started right before Coop and Trace. Kick return for the Eagles is across the 30 and stopped shortly afterwards. So solid field position for Jalen Hurts and company, who scored on that opening drive thanks to a 44-yard touchdown run on the option by Hurts. It all starts by Hurts making the right read, holding onto the ball, slipping out of one tackle, and then he is just too fast to break down or to chase down. 1st and 10 for the Eagles. Sage, thank you for watching and hanging out with us. Snap to Hurts. It's a handoff to Barkley, and Saquon finds 2 to 3 yards. Stafford might be battling through an injury right now. We're getting some sideline reports that he is, quote, grimacing after that run he had on 3rd down to set up 4th and short. 2nd and 6 coming up. That's a generous spotting. I didn't think Barkley got 4. Hurts throwing over the middle, and it's dropped. Wanting A.J. Brown in a very congested area. And it will turn over to 3rd down. No Rams Chat Sports channel yet. We're still a growing company. We work hard here. We're growing. But the Rams channel is the next wave. So if you want a Rams channel, support us now. Like the video, all that stuff. Help us grow so we can get a Rams person to run the Rams channel. 3rd and 6. Hurts in the gun. Takes the snap. Looking, pressured, and down he goes. Hurts is sacked. Taken down by the rookie out of Florida State, Braden Fisk. And now he is going to limp off the field. About a 7-yard sack, and it's 4th down. The Eagles will punt after a quick 3-and-out offensively. But Braden Fisk, 2nd-round pick, has been an absolute menace so far for this Rams pass rush. Him and his college teammate, Jared Verse. Eagles bring out the punt unit for the first time today. And man sends a high into the city of brotherly love sky. Return starts at the 15, across the 20, 25, 30, 35, into his own man. And that's where he is stopped. Friendly fire by the Rams. Well, can't say that. By the Rams. No one got it? Okay, never mind. No, I'm not going to repeat it.
Okay.
Not going to repeat
I
it.
wasn't listening.
I just, on the punt return, Rams player ran into his own teammate, and I said friendly fire.
But
Nothing? Okay.
I mean, if it was...
What up, Phil?
If it was the Cardinals.
The Cardinals?
I don't know what y'all are talking about at this point.
U-Haul gets it.
You all.
Yeah. You guys are idiots.
Sure.
I was like, all right. Well, just suck the air out of the room right there.
I'm about to say.
Nothing worse than to explain it. Yeah.
Okay, I got it initially. I just was like, I didn't think it was that funny.
Wow, that is worse.
That's not funny.
I went to a comedy show on, what's today, Sunday? On Friday night.
Yep.
I like comedy shows. It was a comedy club. They had like 6, 7 comics. Like, you ever been to a comedy show? 7 comics, like 5 are funny, 1's okay, and 1 bombs.
Yep. That's all.
And the one that bombed, I've always been a good sport when someone's bombing. I'll kind of chuckle and feed into their self-confidence, but it was a tough scene. And now I know how that guy feels after that joke with you two right here. Phil with a $2 super chat. Let's get this show on the road.
What up, Phil?
Phil, thank you for super chatting and for changing the subject after I had to explain a joke. Phil, let us know what team you're pulling for. Rams or Eagles. Will update the leaderboard between these two teams to see which fan base wins our chat sports battle today in super chats. Nearly 600 people watching at the moment. We're at 139 likes. Reminder, hit that thumbs up button at the bottom if you haven't already. Phil, thank you for your super chat. Go Birds. And now, again, I don't like the Go Birds. It's not fair that the Eagles were able to claim all the birds.
You can't say go Birds if it's the Ravens, the Seahawks,
Right.
the Falcons.
If we get a Birds Super Bowl, Eagles, Ravens, can't say Go Birds. So, if you're an Eagles fan, Phil, either way.
There we go.
Although, Phil, I think, haven't you super chatted it before? And now I'm trying to remember where exactly. We are 49 subs away from 396,800.
Pretty big amount. Also, again, we haven't received any Eagles Super Chat supporters so far.
1st and 10 for the Rams as they take over at their own 30-ish yard line. First down is completed for a gain of 8. Stafford in at quarterback after looking uncomfortable at the end of their last series, but a little shot of cortisone will go a long way. 2nd and 2. Work out a lot of Georgia Bulldogs at this game. Yeah. Pedro said he's pulling for the Rams because of Stafford, but the entire Eagles defense. Jalen Carter, if Nakobe Dean was healthy, Nolan Smith. Play action, and it's a quick throw out to Kyron Williams on the screen. Eagles were ready for it, no gain. 3rd and short coming up. After both offenses marched down the field their opening drive, the Eagles went 3 and out, and now the Rams are 2 yards away from going 3 and out. Yeah. The rookie and sensation at corner, questionable to return with a shoulder injury after tackling Stafford on the last series. 3rd and 3, approaching midfield. Empty snap to Stafford. Stafford is sacked. He will not be thrown down. The referees will whistle the play dead, but a sack nevertheless. And the Rams go 3 and out themselves. So much for this being a shootout. Both defenses settled in very nicely after giving up touchdowns the opening drive. What's the worst place to get pressure from as a quarterback? Up the middle. That's exactly where it comes from for Stafford. If it's coming from the side, you can step up, you can step back, you can work with it. When it's coming head on, you're a dead man walking. 4th and 10, and the Rams will boot it back to the Eagles. Not a great punt. Okay, punt goes out of bounds about the 17. So, inside the 20. Long field now coming up for Hurts and the Eagles.
Yeah. We'll see if these teams can kind of, rebound after both, stalling out in these past 2 drives. But honestly, it's still anybody's game. I don't feel really bad if I'm either of these teams right now.
No, neither fan base should be panicking or should be confident, though.
No.
You're in that no man's land of, if you thought this was going to be a beatdown as an Eagles fan, you're probably wrong.
Probably.
I'd be a little nervous with Quinyon Mitchell.
Yeah. Quinyon Mitchell potentially missing some time. That is a concern. He has been outstanding, and he's also been available. I think he's almost played every snap this year for them. 1st and 10, 33 degrees air temperature, but it feels like 20 to 25-ish degrees. 1st and 10 in the pistol. Hurts from his own 17 takes the snap. Play action. Climbing the pocket, going deep. And it is caught. No, it's dropped, but a flag comes out. Ahkello Witherspoon just wrecked Devontae Smith, who had the ball, but it was knocked loose because of the hit, and a flag is thrown on the hit. They're going to say unnecessary roughness on Witherspoon, and I'm going to say that's a BS call. It can't be unnecessary if it was going to be a catch if he did not do anything. That is not, that's a bad call. If he does not make that play, it's a 50-yard completion. That's a bad call. I don't know how you want the defender to play that any differently.
I was literally about to say, what do you want him to do in that situation? Just give up the completion?
Murray is saying helmet to helmet. What I don't like with the helmet to helmet is when a player goes airborne or when they start to lower their helmet from the natural spot of where someone would be when standing upright. You want these defenders to do arithmetic in a split second to realize, all right, he's jumping at this angle, at this speed, so his head's going to be at this angle or this location in 0.2 seconds. It's a bang-bang moment. It's a bad call. It's a run on first down for the Eagles, and there's nowhere to run for Hurts. He slides. Loss of 1. Fans want a flag on that. There was some contact after Hurts began to slide, but no flag is thrown. Braden Fisk, rookie defensive tackle, working on the bike. Looks like a right knee injury. 2nd down and 10. From the 31, snap to Hurts. Pass is thrown to the right, and it's caught Goddard. Gain of 6, and will be 3rd and short, as I believe I see snow falling. The weather forecast called for snow in the late afternoon. Kind of reminds me potentially of the Browns-Steelers Thursday night game where the first half didn't have any snow. Second half, it looked like a snow globe. Hurts in shotgun on 3rd and 4. Handoff to Barkley. First down and more. Saquon across the 50. Saquon is loose. Inside the 15, Saquon to the end zone. Touchdown, Eagles. Barkley and Hurts with long touchdown runs, and the lead goes back to the home team. 62-yard touchdown run for 26, and what's been a phenomenal year in his first season with the Eagles. Give credit to the offensive line. Look at that block right there. Jeez. Mekhi Becton, former top draft pick by the Jets. The Eagles bring him over. They put him at guard, and he is working on a sled right there. He is just manhandling his player. Watch the replay. I mean, if they show the replay, the right guard for the Eagles, him and the right tackle, Lane Johnson, they created this entire play, making a runway for Barkley to take off on. This Rams defense is in trouble if they're going to get pushed around like this against the Eagles offensive line.
Yeah. Wasn't the greatest angle there taken by the Rams safety there on that run also. Kind of left himself vulnerable. But, yeah, if you let Saquon and this offense get going, it's going to be a long, long day.
This is how the Eagles want to win games. They want their offensive line to be IHOP, flip grillers, and flipping pancakes.
Oh, yeah.
And the defense to, play the way they played for much of the year. Doesn't have to be top 3, but it's going to be top 10, top 15.
That it will.
So, quick reminder, we've got an awesome Super Chat menu for anyone that has just recently tuned in. $5 Super Chat. Let us know who you're pulling for, the Rams or the Eagles. We'll see which fan base comes out on top. Right now, the Rams are leading, so calling on all Eagles fans to get yourself in this game. $10 Super Chat. We'll spin a wheel. We have some fun mystery items on it. Find out what those mystery items are, the $10 Super Chat. $20 Super Chat, and the intern, Mr. Alper. We'll take a shot. We'll get a beers cheer, something going for supporting us in that great way. Rohan just subscribed. Thank you, Rohan. Welcome aboard.
Shout out, Rohan.
Let's go, Rohan.
Braden Fisk, officially questionable to return.
So 2 key starters for both teams. Quinyon Mitchell for the Eagles at corner. Braden Fisk, defensive tackle for the Rams. Both dealing with injuries that have them questionable to return. We got 153 likes. Make sure to hit that thumbs up button down below if you haven't already. So while we're at commercial, let's talk about tomorrow night.
Okay.
Big day tomorrow.
Big day.
You know what tomorrow is?
Yes.
Huge day in this country. It's a national championship game.
Yeah.
Ohio State taking on the Notre Dame Fighting Irish.
Yep.
and then there's some kind of gathering in the Capitol.
Indoors.
Also indoors is Buckeyes Fighting Irish.
Yep.
Who do you got?
I'm going to roll with the Buckeyes.
Yeah. Okay, how about this? What's the line right now? Ohio State minus like 8.5?
Something like that. I think I saw it 7.5.
You're the office degenerate right now. Let me know.
I'm about to say, if we go to it's minus 8.5 for Ohio State.
Oh, look. Who do you think you are?
Sharp.
I am.
Petey the Sharp.
I think the question for me is, do the Buckeyes cover? Because I think pretty much everyone has Ohio State. I think it's also the first time that the entire country, for the most part, except for like 1, 2, maybe 3 states, are pulling for Notre Dame. They've always somewhat kind of been the villain of college sports. Like, I'm not a Notre Dame fan, and I like seeing them lose. So I've never seen the country rally around Notre Dame, but that's just the effect of playing Ohio State. I got the Buckeyes winning, and I got them covering. I think it's going to be a beatdown. First and 10 for Stafford and company, trailing by 6 at their own 30. Handoff goes to Williams, and speaking of Notre Dame, the former Fighting Irish back gets about 2 to 3 yards. Jared Verse, he's from the North.
He's from Pennsylvania. He went to high school in Southern Columbia.
Okay.
He's from Catawissa. It's about, I want to say, an hour and 25 minutes from Philly.
Because he went to what school before transferring to Florida State? Right? Didn't he transfer in? Was he like Army? No, I know it. 2nd and 7, Stafford going deep, and it is caught! DeMarcus Robinson. It went from Robinson's hands to the defender's hands back to Robinson's. For a moment, it looked like it might have been intercepted, but Robinson just pries it out of the defender's hands, and he hauls in a huge gain to end the first quarter. Where'd he go to college?
Albany.
I said Army. I was like, it was something New York. Idiot. Oh.
Albany.
But he went to because I grew up, I covered that school, his high school. They win the state championship. They won pretty much all 4 years he was there.
John with another $2 super
up, John?
chat. Appreciate you, John. Dolphins fan, Rams fan. I don't really know the animal connection between those two. But you like the coast?
Yeah.
Miami, LA. Let's go Rams. Thank you so much, John. You are single-handedly carrying the Rams fan base right now in our super chat battle between these two teams.
We can throw that up here in a second because now they're up to $9.
Yeah. It's 9-0. Eagles fans, show up.
Where you at?
All right, speaking of Jared Verse going to Albany, I want to play a game. Everyone in the chat right now, we're at commercial to end the first quarter, so we have a few minutes here.
Yep.
I want you to put an NFL starter in the chat. And I want to see if me, Alper, and Cullen can guess where they went to college. This is what guys do.
This is what they do.
When it's 11 p.m., you came home from the bars a little early. You still want to have some home drinks. You get a beer or two out of the fridge, and you just start naming off random players and what colleges they went to. So we'll go one by one. We won't just be shouting out colleges. I'll start, and then we'll go to Cullen and then to Alper.
Cool.
But put in some starters in the chat. I'll pause the chat. Actually, I won't let you guys give me one of the names. That way I don't pick someone where I know where they went to college. So, we got some names flowing here. Let's get some names in the chat. Give me some starters.
There we go. Here, I can.
Ooh. Jack Fox is like the best punter. Him and A.J. Cole of the Raiders.
Flacco?
Flacco's too easy.
I know where Flacco went to college.
Yeah.
Well, we'd hope you would. Otherwise, why would you be working here?
Okay, workout. Younghoe Koo went to Southern Georgia. Too easy. Next one up. Let's go. We're just going to be naming random players during the commercial break. Ted Ginn Jr. He went to Ohio State.
He was Ohio State.
Yeah, right? I'm pretty sure. Austin Booker. I don't know.
I didn't start watching college football until 2014.
Austin Booker.
Matt Temple with a $10 super. Thank you, Mr. Temple.
There we go. Austin Booker. No, he went to Kansas. He went to Kansas.
I was thinking Kansas.
Hold on. Double check me, Albert. Austin Booker. I'm pretty sure it's Kansas.
Cordero Flott went to LSU. 1st and 10. Stafford in the offense from the 19-yard line. Incomplete pass, but there was a flag down.
Minnesota and Kansas.
Ooh.
Minnesota and Kansas. Okay, so I'll take that.
Andrew Van Ginkel. That's a good one. I don't know. Penalty on the Rams. It's a holding call, so 1st and 20. Snow is coming down with a little bit more, oomph / here to stay mentality to it. Alex Highsmith. I do know where he went. I might need a help because I do know it. If I had multiple choice, I'd get it. But now I can't think of it. 1st and 20. Handoff to Williams. He bounces outside. Kyron getting about almost all of the penalty yardage back. Where did Alex Highsmith go? I know this. He was a 3rd-round pick in like 2020. 2021. That's a good one. Hank Bigsby went to Auburn. Kirk went to Michigan State. I give up. I can't remember where Alex Highsmith went. Someone look it up. Alper. 2nd and 11. As a Cowboys fan, I got to go for the Rams. Yeah, that makes perfect sense to me. Charlotte. Yes, I knew that. 2nd and 11. Quick throw to the left. It's caught by Cooper Kupp, Eastern Washington. Oh, such an idiot.
Prize Picks Red Zone. Make sure you get play all your daily fantasy at Prize Picks. Use code CLNS to get the best daily fantasy experience out there.
Brian Burns. I'll let you go. Third and 2 from the 12. Stafford. I saw DeAndre Hopkins, Clemson in the chat. Stafford hands it off, and Williams is knocked down in the backfield. No gain on the play. It's 4th and short. I am kicking the field goal. Earlier, it was like 4th and inches. This is a solid 4th and 2. Take the points. Make it a 3-point game. I always like to think in the first half, what does my opponent want me to do? If they want me to go for it, I'm kicking. If they want me to kick, I'm going for it. 30-yard field goal attempt coming up. Kick is up, and it is good. Khalil Mack went to Buffalo. James Conner went to Pitt. Yeah, I've always wondered if do you want to get drafted by the city that you already live in? If you go to the U,
No, it was Alabama. It was
Southern. It was a D2 school, wasn't it?
Well,
Who?
it was Southern Alabama. Malcolm Butler.
Malcolm Butler.
Yeah, wasn't it like
I
Western
don't remember.
Alabama or something? I don't
It was
know.
in Alabama. Edelman went to Kent State.
I actually can't believe I'm forgetting Brian Burns. I'm looking it up. I know Brian Burns. That one's not a hard one. He went to
Florida State?
Yep.
Okay, yeah. And I saw
Florida State. I didn't want to say it, but I knew it.
James Harrison. I remember
West Alabama. Yeah,
James Harrison did not get invited to the combine. He was a UDFA. Where did he go?
James Harrison.
Didn't
Julian
he-
Edelman was Kent State.
Didn't James Harrison go to did he go to Ohio State? Is that dumb? No.
Tavon Austin.
I mean, the
West
greatest-
Virginia.
Yeah.
the greatest
Antonio
highlight reel of all
Brown,
time.
Central Michigan.
If you don't know where Tavon Austin is,
Yeah.
school, have you seen the video?
Nah. If we had to figure out if someone was an alien,
Yeah,
we'd be like, "Are you familiar with Tavon Austin highlight tape?" And the Rams one, Like, you're an alien.
Yeah.
Big Ben, Miami, Ohio. Easy.
Shout out to that one.
Here we go. Devin Hester, the U.
The U.
I did the bad U. I did the U.
Oh.
I did goalposts. Jesse Bates, Wake Forest.
Shout out.
Javonte Williams, UNC. Mike Hughes, UCF.
UCF.
Come on. Give me one I don't know. Grady Jarrett, Clemson.
Yep.
Jalen Hurts, Bama, Oklahoma.
Yep.
13-10. Just a couple of guys hanging out.
Guys
Gronk, Arizona.
Yeah. Yep. Joel Bitonio.
With DK.
Joel Bitonio, Nevada.
Yep.
Ooh, A.J. Brown, Ole Miss. Colton Miller. First round pick. Where did he go?
Thielen went to Minnesota like state. He went to like a D2 Minnesota school.
He went to University of Minnesota, St. Cloud.
St. Cloud, that's what it is.
I think it was St. Cloud. Hockey powerhouse. Return for the Eagles across the 25, out to the 30, 35, all the way to the 40-yard line, and still moving his feet to the 44.
Yep.
The snow is starting to stick. The green is slowly turning into more of a white.
There we go. Make sure you guys subscribe because we have every NFL playoff game going to be live streamed here on Jet Sports, along with any other sports. College football national championship game, we'll have you covered. NBA finals, all of that here on Chat Sports.
We got to do a wheel spin for Mr. Matt Temple. Let's spin the wheel for Matt. Otherwise, I'm just going to forget. Robert Mathis. That's a good one, Bright Wolf. Him and Dwight Freeney. Where did they go? 1st and 10 from the 43-yard line. Hurts and company. An excellent field position up by 3. It's a handoff to Barkley, and Saquon is just going to get a yard. Matt Temple, this is for your $10 super chat, and it is an NFL hot take. I've got one. I'll go first, and the next time you get this, each one of you guys can give one. I don't think Cam Ward or Shedeur Sanders get second contracts from the team that drafted them. Yep. If I really want to get spicy, I don't think their fifth-year options get picked up. There you go. It's hot. Second down and 9. Hurts approaching the 45 in the gun. Takes the snap. Looking with time, climbing the pocket and running, and Hurts gets about 3 yards. Watch the way the Rams defense approaches this Eagles offense. They've got 2 guys who are just going to be spying on Jalen Hurts after his touchdown run earlier in the game. Another $10 super chat from John Ginn. Ginn? I don't want to mispronounce it, John. Let me know. Is it like the liquor? Or like Ted? Yeah, Ted Ginn. Ted Ginn. No. You put a pretzel on my head. I got a soft serve pretzel on my head, Ricky Bobby. 3rd and 3. Snap to Hurts. It's a quick throw. It's caught by Brown, his first reception, and it's a first down for the Eagles. First and 10. Hurts is going to keep it on the design quarterback run. He'll slide, a gain about 5. Just inside the LA 40. I think Ginn, like Ted Ginn Jr., makes more sense. Although gin and tonics, those are my go-to, like, let's kick it up not kick it up a notch, but if I wanted something a little bit more than just have a beer, that's the go-to at a bar. It's 3 words, just yell it out, gin and tonic. Put it together, baby. 2nd and 4, handoff to Barkley. His run up the middle is good for about 8 and another first down. Nearly 600 people hanging out with us right now. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like the video. Trying to get to 200 likes. We are 24 away. Hurts in shotgun. Reuben Foster went to Alabama. Gain of 2. Where did James Harrison go? Oh, thank you. Is it a whole plate for me? Oh, wow. Thank you. Where's it from? Looks good. That's why it looks good. Smells delicious. Thank you. Thank you. Jalen Hurts and the offense approaching the red zone. 9 minutes and change remaining in the opening half. Missed extra point is what's keeping this a 3-point game. Snap to Hurts on 2nd down and 8. He goes deep, right side, too deep, overthrow, incomplete. Phil, vodka tonic with lime. That's good. I found something in gin tonics sophomore year of college, and I don't want to go back. I don't want to, I don't want to explore the unknown. I like what I've got going here. Ty Man, if you're asking, I can only guess one school. 3rd and 8 from the 30. Do you run it here, as soft as that sounds, to make it easier for Jake Elliott? You might get 8 yards on the ground anyway. They're going to pass. Hurts looking. Hurts is sacked. Down he goes. And it's the rookie, Jared Verse. And that likely knocks him out of field goal range. Not to be the I told you so guy, but the run sounded pretty good now, doesn't it?
It does.
Hindsight
2020, but Verse letting the Boo Birds hear it. Obviously did the walk around before the game, letting the Philly fans know how he feels about him. Look at this.
I'm not really sure. I don't want to doubt Lane Johnson. He's doing everything right because he's the best. But Lane Johnson, okay, he's got to deal with Byron Young. He kind of passes Jared Verse off to his left guard, Mekhi Becton, who just doesn't take care of the job. So the Eagles have to punt from the Rams' 39-yard line. It is a very good punt, though. It's down at the 7. So 93 yards for Stafford and company with 8 minutes to go. Where did James Harrison go? Someone look that up for me because now it's bothering me. First, though, quick shout-out to our friends over at Prize Picks. Prize Picks is the best place to get real money sports action. With over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings, Prize Picks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. You just pick more or less on at least 2 players for a shot to win up to 1,000 times your money on Prize Picks. Prize Picks now offers Venmo and MasterCard for quick and easy deposits and withdrawals into your account this season. Download the Prize Picks app today and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Here's an example of some selections. We took the more on Saquon Barkley to half a touchdown. Check. Cooper Kupp, less 39.5 receiving yards. Check for right now. So download the app and use that code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. Run your game. What are you guys having to eat? We got some pizza here at the Chat Sports office. Let me know what you guys are having to eat. I had a very, I would say interesting, exquisite, let's say, lunch experience yesterday. I was in Austin, Texas, visiting a friend, and we went to a Michelin star barbecue restaurant.
Ooh, I saw that. You posted that on your
story. I recently learned how the Michelin star restaurant process works. It is the Michelin, if you don't know, tire company. Yeah. And basically back in the 50s, to promote people traveling and road trips, they would go to restaurants in different cities in France first, I believe, and then they went to Germany next.
Yep.
And graded restaurants. So then you got the Michelin star restaurants. They used to have a pamphlet. And you'd want to drive there to have the restaurant.
Yep.
And then they started going from, it became so popular, countries began paying Michelin to come to their country and grade their best restaurants. to incentivize tourists to come visit their country. So they went to like Thailand for tens of thousands of dollars they were paid for. And they recently went to Austin, Texas, and they gave reviews for a couple of restaurants. So I went to a barbecue restaurant, had one of the best ribs of my life. It was like meat candy. But the question I have for everyone is, we spent 90 minutes in line. Is 90 minutes too long to wait?
That's a good question.
As Kyron Williams takes a first down run for 9 yards. Like 90, and the thing is, it wasn't 90 minutes because the line was super long. It was a long line. It was 90 minutes because the staff, they have like a lackadaisical approach. They don't care how long the line is. They're in no hurry. They move at a very slow pace, which I almost felt like it was custom to do that. 2nd and 2, the Rams at their own 15, trailing by 3 midway through the second quarter. Stafford on a flea flicker will dump it off to his tight end. He's got someone on his tail, and Higbee will get about 15 yards. Ball comes out at the end. It's recovered by the Rams, but they're going to say he was down anyway. It was one of those situations where he was thrown down, but he landed on the defender, it looked like, first. Kent State. I think Higbee's down. He's still not down. Oh, I don't think he's ever down, actually. They might challenge this and spot the ball back. No? Okay. Play action for Stafford. Going left side, and it's incomplete. Robinson was somewhat open and then hesitated, allowing the defender to recover and break up the pass. 2nd down. They went play action. Have not said Puka Nacua or Cooper Kupp's name a whole lot so far today. It's been Demarcus Robinson as the go-to guy for Stafford. Him and Higbee. Second and 10. The pass is caught and a gain of 8. 3rd and short coming up, and Nacua coming up with the reception. 3rd and 1. My beef with flea flickers is the running back has to hold it for like a half a second longer. When they pitch it immediately, it's not that big of a surprise. 3rd and 1. Handoff to Williams, and he is knocked down behind the line of scrimmage. Tackle for loss on 3rd and short. It is Josh Sweat, who has a good opportunity in front of him with a nice postseason. He could cash in free agency. I think he's going to be the most sought-after pass rusher if he hits the open market. And plays like that, they are going to catch the attention of GMs who have deep pockets to spend in March. 4th and 3, the Rams have to punt. Rookie Cooper DeJean, deep for the Eagles. Punt is away for the Rams. It's a good boot. Return starts at the 10. It's bobbled and then recovered by DeJean, but no return. So 90 yards coming up for the Eagles as DeJean, I don't know if he just took his eye off the ball or what, but it just bounces off his chest protector, and he's fortunate to fall on it. So what is everyone eating as we enter another commercial break? What's the meal of choice this Sunday afternoon? This is like a weird time for football, though. When it comes to watching football on my couch, I want to time my meal up with the beginning of the game. I don't want to get food at halftime because I know you're going to miss start of the second half. I also don't like eating too far before the game. I need to have something to eat while I'm watching. And 3 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Eastern, you're in no man's land right there.
Agreed. 100%.
Yeah. One more thing, just the eating while watching TV. I won't start my TV show or whatever I'm watching until I have my food ready. I won't start eating until I have the show ready, I mean.
Yeah.
So, if I'm looking for a show, I'm not touching my food until I hit play on something. Grandmaster's having some wings. Can we get a sauce, Grandmaster?
Jim's eating pork rinds. Okay.
Let's see. John's having chili. I love chili.
You've had Skyline chili.
I have had Skyline chili. I don't hate it, but I don't like it. I know it's a fun topic of debate. I'm pretty neutral on the whole thing. Brody's having some powdered donuts. Mr. J is having some Cajun catfish. We're hitting all
Walks of life
areas of the menu right now.
Fur burgers.
I don't know what a fur burger is. That does not sound good, though, if there's fur on it. That sounds like a very rare burger. Mateo's just playing college football 25. We got Grandmaster Buffalo Wings. Matt Temple's having Wingstop. Do you like Wingstop or B-Dubs more?
Here's the thing.
I've been loyal to B-Dubs.
B-Dubs is the better experience, but I think quality of wings, I'd go Wingstop.
I agree.
I think B-Dubs wings are good wings still.
They are.
Yeah, they're not bad.
They're not bad, but I would, if you're asking me just wing for wing, Chat Sports ordered some wings to the office.
Right.
I would prefer Wingstop. Now, if we're going to a place to watch a game, hang out with people, I would much rather go to B-Dubs.
I've never lived near a Wingstop. I've always, just by kind of coincidence, lived close-ish to a B-Dubs. So I was a B-Dubs guy growing up.
Yeah.
And the Wingstop has always just been if I wanted to Uber Eats or DoorDash it.
Yeah.
Wings are kind of expensive nowadays, and I'm not interested in spending $35 on wings and fries. Once you do all the fees and tip and all that stuff for DoorDash. 1st and 10, it's a handoff and a short gain for Barkley. In the shadow of their own end zone. Yeah, it's Inner Excellence. The sales skyrocketed to a percentage that is unfathomable. 10,000% sales increase after that on Amazon. Yeah, top seller on Amazon. A little plant. 2nd and 8. Imagine they being a book and going up to the author and hey AJ, I'll give you $5,000 if you read this on the sideline. That's an all-time investment. False start on the Eagles on 2nd and 8. It's the left tackle Jordan Mailata. So back it up and we'll make it 3rd and 13. There's the book by a fan. Second and 13 from the 5, deep in their own territory. Just over 4 minutes remaining in the opening half. Snap, handoff, and no room to run. No gain on the play. Eagles got the ball to begin the game. Rams right now are looking at the George Costanza double dip. You get a stop here on 3rd and long. Get the ball back with all 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning. Score before the end of the first half. Get the ball to start the second half. The next 8 minutes of gameplay, as dramatic as this sounds, might determine this game. Last 4 minutes of this half, first 4 minutes of the next half. Rams could be in a great spot on the road. Snap to Hurts. Pressure's coming. He will float it out to Barkley. He's got room in a blocker. Barkley gets the first. On 3rd and 14, Barkley runs for a gain of 16 and a first down, but he really ran that ball about 20 to 25 yards. He'll catch this football 2 yards deep in his own end zone. And then he's got a blocker and Goddard, and he gets all the way across the 20. About a 24-yard true gain for Barkley, but it'll go down as a 17-yard gain. 1st and 10 Eagles just across their own 20. Snap to Hurts. Jalen with a good pocket, dumping it off. And Kenneth Gainwell is going to fight for every extra yard. He gets about 9 to 10. And the Eagles, who were just a play away from punting to close out the first half offensively, are now driving down the field trying to add to their 3-point lead. First and 10, Philly. They give Gainwell the first at the 30-yard line. Under 2.5 to go. This might be the last play before the 2-minute warning. Hurts takes the snap. It's a handoff to Gainwell, and Gainwell looking for room. He gets a block, and he gets 9. And they're going to give him the first. A nice spotting by the officials, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. Eagles driving, leading by 3. Who you got right now? Rams or Eagles? We'll let you reconsider your selection with a 13-10 lead for Philly and the football. 2-minute warning approaching the 50-yard line. With this weather, I don't trust Elliott to save my life to make a kick beyond 40.
Yeah. I don't trust him at all.
Another super chat from John Ginn.
Ginn.
I think it's a long-lost relative of Ted Ginn.
Must be.
John, by the way, is the undisputed champ right now.
Undisputed.
He is the MVP of today's watch party. Hope the people of LA get the help they need. Absolutely.
100%.
Appreciate your kind words and your support, John. We got Pamela in the chat. Mateo is here. Jay Cruz, 5 more likes to 200. We're three likes away now. Hit that thumbs up button, everyone.
Hit that button.
Thank you so much, John. Can we look at the updated scoreboard between Rams and Eagles? Because it's all Rams. We have John right here, and then also Matt Temple earlier going for the Rams. So add.
So is it John? Yeah, John's confirmed a Ram. Yes.
Yeah, John's on the Rams.
Okay. Add that up.
Right? Isn't John on the Rams, or am I making that up?
No, you're right. He said, let's go Rams earlier.
Yeah, he said, I'd like to see Stafford in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, because we got.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can change your allegiance, John, if we got it wrong, but I'm pretty sure you're going for the Rams.
So it's now up to 36-0 for the Rams.
And we just hit over 200 likes.
200
I mean,
likes.
can we get one Eagles fan to identify themselves right now?
It's not looking good right now.
I thought this was one of the largest and proudest fan bases in the NFL. Right now, it's looking like the Chargers. It's like a love child of a Chargers-Jags fan.
Yeah.
An absolute unicorn. Bigfoot. My mom's a Chargers fan, my dad's a Jags fan, and I am a football fan. Like, which one is more likely to come across?
You're a UT guy.
What?
I said you're a UT guy.
No, yeah, I'm saying this.
He's hypothetically
Hypothetically, yeah.
Okay.
Hey,
My mom is not a Chargers fan.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. I thought that's.
Pay
what you were
attention.
No.
I'm watching you produce, Colin.
You got to be listening to both.
No
It's
Eagles
called
fans.
Active listening, my guy.
No Eagles fans today.
Active listening.
It's all Rams fans.
I know. Is anyone
Snow, by the
Lorenz-
way, kind of slowed down a little bit.
Yeah.
It just looks like a frosted mini wheat on the field. Is that an accurate description?
That's a good analogy.
Kind of looks like every cokehead just blew their nose on the field. Where it's like, whoa, what's that? Quick throw to the left. Devontae Smith, he's got nowhere to go. Just a good play by the Rams defense. Gain of 2. Both teams have every single timeout remaining, so clock should not be an issue right now for the Eagles. Just shy of the 50-yard line, but they got to get yards first. They don't have to worry about the clock right now. Hurts in the gun. Takes the snap. Looking. Running with it. Hurts with his legs. Skips one tackle, gets 15 yards, gets out of bounds. Jalen Hurts gets pulled out of bounds. Eagles fans want a flag. They're not going to get one. I don't think they should get one either. This just looked like a little bit of a continuation of the tackle as they slipped out of bounds. I don't think this is even, I guess it's a little bit late, yeah. Byron Young kind of lays off, though, once. I like the no call. Young doesn't follow through with it. He stops once Hurts gets out of bounds, but the damage was already done at that point. First and 10 from the LA 46. Snap to Hurts, handoff to Barkley. Good run for 26. He gets about 8. Inside the 40. So far, we've got a missed extra point, or 1 for 2 on Jake Elliott for extra points. Is the snow coming back down? Snap to Hurts from the 37. Hurts throwing deep right side. Caught. Hey, no! A.J. Brown bobbles it, finally collects it, but at that point, the official said he was out of bounds. This is either going to be a touchdown or it's out of bounds. He definitely does not have it. He's out of bounds. He's out of bounds. Out of bounds. That's the right call. Good call. 3rd and 1. That's the right shot, though. You got him 2nd and 1. You take a shot downfield, and you believe that if we don't get it over the next 2 plays, we can pick up a yard. Eagles just burned a timeout with the clock stopped as the play clock was winding down. Saquon was on the sideline, which I thought was odd for 3rd and 1. I think they just prioritized a timeout over a backup running back to get Barkley back on the field to catch his breath.
Here we go. Still a lot of time left in this game, but yeah. That was such a brutal drop by A.J. Brown.
Well, receivers love to be divas. They want the ball all the time. When they get the football and they don't catch it,
You got to catch it.
Yeah, especially right there. That's a touchdown if he catches it.
Yeah. Predict what will happen. Touchdown, field goal, punt, or turnover.
You know, punt sounds dumb, but they punted from the Rams 39 in the last series.
Yeah.
They can't trust Jake Elliott right now, especially in these conditions. Snow is, it's kind of like more like rain, it looks like, than snow. Look, it's like bouncing off the shoulder pads. I think it's more of a freezing rain right now. 3rd and 1 from the 37. Hurts in the gun. Takes the snap. Option. He hands it off. And Barkley gets the first. It's just such a difficult play to defend with that option. Because if you're the edge rusher, you want to crack down and pursue the running back. But if you do not stay in your rushing lane, Hurts is going to pull it and he'll run it for himself. It's almost unguardable. Hurts on 1st and 10, dumps it off short to Barkley, and he gets about 3 yards. That's a frustrated Eagles defense. I'm sorry, Rams defense. Barkley was down, and they just jump on him anyway. 2nd timeout called by the Eagles, 30 seconds remaining.
As we're getting like the half commercial kind of box here. Petey, what's the worst commercial in a football game?
The worst commercial is the Bundarooski right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's a Chiefs fan in here earlier. Another reason why I think all of America, except for Kansas City, is over the Chiefs. And it's not really through a fault of their own. I can't stand the State Farm commercials with Mahomes and Reed.
Yep.
They suck. I hate them. I have USAA, and it's kind of expensive, so I was thinking about changing. But I'm not going to State Farm because I hate those commercials. I pick my insurance based off the commercials. Snap to Hurts. Hurts is pressured. Ball comes out. Ball. Recovered by the Eagles, but they go all the way back towards the 50. Hurts got pressure immediately on him. And as him and the defender were doing this slow dance to see if he could sack him, the ball just popped free. And the Rams are going to avoid giving up points here. No, the Eagles call their final timeout with 3 seconds left. I think they're just going to do a Hail Mary. Almost untouched by Mekhi Becton. And then the ball comes loose and near disaster. The Rams could have recovered it at midfield, and there would have been about 20 seconds left. So the Rams were about to give up maybe a field goal, it looked like. Instead, a big sack. And it's 3rd and 21. And Jalen Hurts and the offense are in for what is likely a Hail Mary attempt. I mean, you might as well. It's a playoff game. I would say you don't have much to lose, but I mean, the last play resulted in a strip sack, so you don't want to have the ball hit the ground again. And the Rams now call their first timeout. They wanted to see how the Eagles would line up. There's no time for a second play. This is the last play of the game, of the half. There's 3 seconds left.
Remember 2011 with the Giants facing the Packers and they did the Hail Mary?
Yeah.
And that basically solidified the game for the Giants to advance to the NFC Championship.
And Barkley is dealing with what appears to be like a left wrist injury. They had to put tape on his left wrist after a previous play. And it is cold in Philly. If they win this game, they're hosting next week. The Lions are out, so the 2-seeded Eagles are in line to host another NFC Championship game. If they lose, it goes to LA for the Rams to host the Commanders. From the Rams' 48-yard line, Hurts in shotgun. Takes the snap. 5-man rush. Hurts is going to dance around the pocket, and he's sacked. I will say that is the downside to why not give it a try? What's the worst that can happen? Have you ever been sacked when it's freezing cold outside? That's not a pleasant experience. You're trying to reduce the amount of hits your quarterback takes.
Yep.
And while that won't really ever look in the stat sheet as a major decision, Jalen Hurts now kind of feeling a little bit worse physically than he was 30 seconds ago.
Yep.
So at the half, it is 13-10, Eagles over the Rams. Who you got?
Who you got?
Colin, can I turn it over to you for the next 5 minutes or so?
Yes.
I got to take a bite and then go to the bathroom.
PD, you're all good. In fact, if here, we'll just take over right here. All right. What up, NFL fans? We've got a 13-10 ball game. Again, it's a lot of football we play, but let's get a temperature check in the room. Who you got? The Rams or the Eagles? Best be careful driving home, says Phil. You as well, brother. Owen says LA Rams. John says let's go Rams. Word of Wisdom saying Rams. Bright Wolf saying Rams. Ty Man going with the Eagles. Joseph saying I live in a state where it doesn't snow. I'm lucky. Pamela saying LA Rams. I don't know. Did he leave his headset up there? Yeah. If you want to hop up there.
Sure.
You've done this once or twice before, right?
Remember?
Yeah.
Bunch of times.
Bunch of times. We got Eagles from Steven. We got Eagles from Sage. Just let me know when you're hooked up, and I'll get you on the screen. I got the Rams, says Joseph. Again, very early. Y'all hooked up, Alper?
Yes, sir.
All right.
How we doing? How we doing, chat?
What's going on? This is our quote-unquote intern.
Intern.
Alper.
I've been here for almost 2 months now. I started back in December, and having the time of my life. You probably see me on a bunch of watch parties. I was on the other Eagles watch party, and we got a little super chat menu, $5 for who you got. $10, we spin the wheel. We got a little couple of fun things to spin the wheel, and $20, I'm taking a shot, or producer Colin, a little beers cheers.
Drinking some Happy Dads today, so just let us know.
And I mean, I haven't taken a single drink today, and I would say I'm a little thirsty, so I'm a little disappointed on just the chat not engaging as much. Like I said, I'm thirsty. I want to see that $20 super chat, and we'll get this in here, the little Patron zone.
There we go.
So,
my guy John coming in.
there we go, John Ginn, $2 super chat.
What up, John?
What's going
Get that
on,
up
John?
on screen here in a second. Shout out to you, John. God, this thing never
Sage,
wants
we're
to-
all just enjoying the football games
There we
today.
are. John saying this is for you, CB. Appreciate you, brother. John,
Now, Colin, if you're
just because he's a good guy.
If you're the Eagles right now, and the amount of times you've seen, besides the last play of the game, because it was obviously a Hail Mary, would you be a little nervous if you're the Eagles at this point? Because This is a close game.
It is.
And you can't really trust Jake Elliott, especially in these conditions, after missing an easy extra point. And you look at his stats, we were talking about it earlier, 1 for 7 from 50 yards on the year. Can you really trust him? So you're going to be seeing Nick Sirianni go for it.
I think it's
a lot
mutual, though.
Half.
Like, do the Rams really trust their rookie kicker to kick, 50-plus yard field goal in these conditions? I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. But, look, the lower, or I guess the longer, we get in this game, the Rams feel like they have life. They're on the road. They have the not as talented full roster, but you do have Sean McVay and Matthew Stafford, who've been here before, that knows what it takes to win in these big moments. So if you're the Eagles, it's in the back of your mind a little bit, but you are coming away with the win, 13-10. Obviously, the Rams getting ball out of half.
Give the ball.
That's a huge possession for both teams.
And
so we'll see.
You need to make a statement coming out the half and just go right down the field. And you don't even need to get a touchdown here. You just have to put some points on the board. A field goal ties the game. And it's looking Matthew Stafford, I don't know what his exact stats are, but his career path of playing in this awful weather. I mean, if you could see that it's literally snowing, sleeting, freezing rain, whatever you want to call it. It's cold.
It is very cold.
We're here in Dallas. It was about 30 degrees here. It's a pretty cold day. It's like 20 in Philly. You can see right now Rodney Harrison bundled up.
That he is. But you know who's always down? John Ginn says, have a drink on me. You know what, Alper? He's been the MVP today. Why don't we both take a little beers, cheers, a little shot action? I got some shot glasses over there.
Yeah, do you mind? Where are they at?
They should be right around there.
I see one.
There you go.
There we go. All right, we got it.
John, you've been the absolute MVP. We'll update our little battle that we got here between the Rams and the Eagles. But you've been our MVP today. And for you, John, I'll let Alper pour up that little Patron zone there. And, man, we're having a good time, man. We're talking football with you guys. We are absolutely very appreciative of all the donations because without this, we wouldn't have been able to hire guys like me, hire guys like Alper. So cheers to you, Alper. Salute, man.
Cheers to you, John. Well, I'm not a tequila person.
Woo.
I wish I had a lime.
Yeah. I don't know if we carry those in these studios. I'm not going to lie to you.
No, probably not.
Yeah, John says, Dim Birds better be worried. I'm Bang Bang Niner Gang since 77. I'm from Oakland, California, so I'm rooting for Cali, baby, and prayers and for the families and responders for the wildfires are taking place. Absolutely, John. 100%. Yeah.
I know probably not a fan of the Rams, but you got to root for LA for what they're going through.
100%. I mean, it's absolutely just devastating what's happening in Los Angeles. And look at
this. $58 for the Rams and a big fat goose egg for the Eagles. Now, I love to see this. I can't stand the Eagles. I'm rooting for the Rams here. LA, 100%. I want to see the Eagles go down. But to have a goose egg.
I mean, that might be why it's a close game right now.
It could be. You guys could be.
I mean, the Eagles, like, if you at least send in one donation, maybe it'll turn the tides a little bit. Just a little bit. John says, I'm a big Stafford fan and a bunch of the other players. I will say, there's a lot of likable players on the Rams roster.
100%. I mean, what's there not to like about guys like Puka Nacua or even Matt Stafford? Every single time
Williams,
you hear all these guys talking, they're really likable guys.
Yeah, they really are. And, I mean, look, Sean McVay, he's one of the best coaches in all of football. It'd be pretty crazy if they were to get one last hurrah here, potentially, for Los Angeles. Especially, like Petey was mentioning pregame, like Team of Destiny vibes. Like, that's what it kind of feels like around this team right now. Carlos saying, make Hurts beat you on through the air and play action on third and one. Stop running the ball there. They know what they are doing there. Yeah, look, I mean, Saquon Barkley's really been the engine for this Eagles offense.
The entire offense. Me personally, I don't think Hurts is that great of a quarterback. Like we were talking about it earlier, if you put Lamar Jackson on the Bills or you put Josh Allen on the Ravens, what would be different? Imagine if you put a guy like Lamar Jackson on this Eagles team. Like I know you have Saquon Barkley, you're able to run these RPOs, but Hurts is not as elusive, as fast, just as talented as Lamar Jackson. And I feel like Hurts holds the Eagles back slightly. And I've been saying that for the longest time. Just he makes a lot of mistakes when it comes down to clutch time. And that may be a Nick Sirianni thing. That may be a Jalen Hurts thing. I'm not 100% sure, but it feels like Hurts really, I wouldn't call him this may be a hot take, and I should have saved it for the wheel. I wouldn't call Hurts. He's borderline top 10 quarterback. That's just my personal opinion. I think guys like Josh Allen, obviously Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, they're just way better. If you put Lamar on this Eagles team, I think they might go undefeated.
John says Nakua is 1-1. Doesn't run his mouth and his beliefs and plays football. Stands on his beliefs and plays football. Yeah, Puka's really, listen, he's a baller, man. No doubt about it. All the Eagles fans now are at, Eagles Now by Chat Sports. That's very true.
That is 100% true. And I would love to see what their reactions are 100%. At halftime. They're probably a lot more scared than we are having fun here on the main Chat Sports channel on our watch party. But
100%.
Shout out to them. They just hit 100,000 subscribers. They're going to get that big plaque from YouTube. And it's all thanks to just your fans.
Yeah.
Everybody that's here just supporting the channels and supporting us as a whole. I mean, we right here, 396. We're closing in on 397,000. And this is just the main channels, the Eagles, where they're just talking Eagles football. They're just talking, Petey's not going to like this, the Birds.
Yep.
100,000 subscribers. 100%. Incredible feat. Shout out to them.
John says, I'm going over to the Eagles channel and say what's up to Mr. Chip and Chase the Goat. I'll be back to support this channel in a minute. Appreciate you, John.
Appreciate you, John.
Appreciate you, John. Again, reminder, if we get to 397K, I said I'd do a beer bong. Alper, you want to join me in a little race?
I will 100%.
All right, we're less than 200 and
Quick
we're
maths.
215 away.
215.
On the dot.
There's a reason why I wasn't a math major, and I'm talking sports right now.
Here we go. So let's get that rolling here. All right, biggest keys to the second half, Alper. Go for each team.
Biggest keys to the second half is just keep the ball. If you're the Rams, have long offensive drives. Keep the ball out of the Eagles' hands. If you can sustain a long 7-8 minute possession and get down and at least score points, take the ball out of the Eagles' hands, you're going to win this game. I think that is my biggest key to victory in the second half.
Okay. Yeah. No, here's the thing. I'll go for the Rams. If I'm the Rams, I want to do a better job at tackling Saquon Barkley. It's okay if he, springs for a rush to 3, 4, 5, 6 yards sometimes. He is getting into the second level way too easily. And when he gets to the second level, there hasn't been the greatest resistance if I'm, a Rams fan. So I'm looking at trying to, stay disciplined, make sure you wrap Saquon Barkley before he gets too deep in the second level. And if I'm the Eagles, man, I really just would try to get Matthew Stafford off his spots. He's not the greatest at creating off his spot once you, like you said, get pressure up the middle or force him to kind of, get to his second, third, fourth read, as much as if you just let him sit back there, pat the ball, and just kind of distribute the football. It's bad weather right now. If you can really get him off his spot, this could make the Rams' offense kind of stagnate a little bit because you've already shown you can stop Kyren Williams. They've had a couple of third and shorts, fourth and short stops on Kyren. So, yeah, if I'm the Eagles, I'm trying to get as much pressure as I can on Matthew Stafford.
I'm throwing as many blitzes as I can because if you can get to Matthew Stafford within 2 seconds, he's not mobile. You're going to get him right down to the ground. And I haven't seen the Eagles do that often.
Oh,
John
Ginn. What up, John? We're going to get you loaded up here in a second, brother. John the Rams are running away with this. The Rams are actually running away with this because our guy, John Ginn, we're going to get you up on screen, brother. I'll tell you what. Oh, my God. Of course, we need a new link. I'm going to grab a new link, John. We're going to get you up here.
Yes, we are going to get you. Let's just say we're taking another drink here.
Yes.
It's right before the second half starts.
Yeah.
Great timing on John's end.
Yeah. So, Petey, shout out to you.
Shout out to you, Petey. I took over for a little bit.
Here we go. John Ginn absolutely getting this party. Just keep going, man. With a $50 super
chat.
Let's go. So here we got this pulling up.
And Petey, once I take this, hand it back over.
We got to do like something bigger for a 50. We got to do something big for a 50. Ooh, I like that. A little two-wheel spin action. John. Can we have another drink? You can get two, brother. Cheers to John and everybody here watching in the chat. Because I think we're about to be coming back from commercial break.
Cheers to you, John.
Salute.
God.
Wasn't much.
But we let Petey have a little halftime eating break, but he's going to come back on here, and it was a pleasure. I'm going to be sitting right here next to producer Cullen. So you send in those $20 super chats. We're going to be taking and going in more to the Patron zone.
There we go. All right, I'll let Alper get off screen, but we do owe John a couple of wheel spins, so I'm going to get that set up while they do the little switch behind the camera here. So we'll get a couple wheel spins for John. Mr. Ginn. Wheel spin number 1. And we've got a little social push. Okay. So we got social push. I'm going to quickly spin because we are getting close to halftime. So we got social push and TBD on, what's the second one? Oh, a little 2 clap action. Give me a little 2 clap action for our guy John here. A little 1, 2. Shout out to you, John. Always representing in the chat. He says, rub this in Nick Roloff's face. I got you, brother. I'm going to be on Dolphins Live here this upcoming Tuesday, so if you want to pull through for that, John, you are more than welcome. There we go. Speedy is strapping in here. The Rams are going to be starting the second half with the football. Peter, are you locked in?
Yeah. Petey, before halftime ends, just real quick, give your keys to the second half.
So Rams open up with the football to begin the second half, and they have got to be better at the line of scrimmage if they're going to complete this comeback, as Stafford's pass is incomplete, searching for Cooper Kupp. Also would like to see the Rams get the ball to their playmakers more. Quiet first half from Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp. I don't envision them winning this game 17-13. If they're going to win, it's going to be in probably a little bit more of a shootout-style second half, with the understanding that the Eagles are going to get theirs. I don't think they're going to pitch a second-half shutout. So if the Eagles are going to add some more points on, you're going to add more points on, and that's going to be done with Kupp and or Puka Nacua. One of those two guys has to get going for L.A. 2nd and 10 for the Rams as Stafford hands it off to Williams, and it's been a tough day up front for Kyron. Just 3 yards on second down, and now it is 3rd and 7. As for the Eagles, just don't be the worst versions of yourself. Like, there are so many strengths to this team. You run the ball well. You have A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith. This is a don't overthink it type of second half. You got the lead. You're at home. You don't need anything crazy. Just play your game. As like cliche as that sounds, that's really the job at hand here. It's the Rams who have to make up for things right now. 3rd and 8, snap to Stafford. Pass is thrown well short of the sticks, and it's a gain of about 4, and will be 4th down for LA on their opening drive to begin the second half. The Rams just 5 minutes ago, game clock-wise, had the Eagles at 3rd and long, deep in their own territory, and were looking likely to get the ball back to close out the first half. That doesn't happen, and then they go 3 and out to start the second half. Some missed opportunities from the Rams right here. 4th and 3, LA lines up in punt formation just shy of their own 40-yard line. Punt is not a good one. Return starts at the 12. I guess it's not so bad. It looked bad coming off the foot. And here comes Jalen Hurts, who has taken a couple of hits. He got sacked on the final 2 plays to close the first half. Look at that block from Mekhi Becton. Unbelievable stuff. I also think a big shout out is in order to Mr. John Ginn, like Ted Ginn. Absolute legendary kind of performances from John during halftime. Thank you so much, John. I was just in the little boys' room refilling my water, and I come back to see you got the party started. John's like Michael Scott in the episode where they go to Philadelphia. He wants a lot of foot traffic by his room. As the pass for the Eagles is completed to Devontae Smith. Quinyon Mitchell, rookie, out. The question really becomes now, for how long? Because if they win this game, they're going to need them the next 2 games. The Commanders are going to be no walk in the park. They beat the Eagles the last time they faced off a few weeks ago. And then whoever comes out of the AFC potentially. On second and short, a run for Barkley for the first time today goes the wrong direction. Loss of a half a yard, and will be a 3rd and 3. And this game was 7-6 within the first 10 minutes of the game. And since then, it has come to a grinding halt. Yep. 3rd and 3 from the 22-yard line. Hurts takes a shotgun snap, looks to pass. It is incomplete. I don't know what A.J. Brown was supposed to run, but him and Hurts were on very different pages. I think Brown ran a simple slant, and Hurts threw it 5 yards behind him as if he thought he'd run maybe like a little out route or something. This doesn't look like these two are on the same page at all. So the defense for LA does its job. Give credit to the Rams defense. They have given up some big explosive plays, and you'd think they might fold like a lawn chair after that. No. Long touchdown runs from Hurts and from Barkley. But outside of that, the LA defense has come to play in the Philly weather. Quick shout out to our friends over at Game Time. Game Time has an awesome feature called Game Time Picks that makes getting tickets to see your favorite teams play live even easier. You see, Game Time Picks filters out the fluff to show you only incredible deals on great seats, so you don't have to waste time searching through thousands of tickets. One thing I really like about Game Time is their all-in pricing option. Toggling this feature shows the total upfront cost with no surprise fees at checkout. So if you want to go catch an NFL playoff game or any other sporting event in your area, take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code CHATSPORTS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code CHAT Sports for $20 off. Download Game Time today. What time is it? Game time. Alper, how are we coming in that one short, by the way, that I slacked you?
Thank you for reminding me.
Yeah. Okay.
Here we go.
Where were we?
Keep hitting that subscribe button.
Ooh, we are 12 away. Chipping away, baby.
Let's go.
One of my favorite stories is my junior year of college. My fraternity, like a lot of group of men, did not do some good advanced planning, and we were a little behind the ball on a fraternity formal outing, and we had to raise some funds. So I did a massive parlay for the entire fraternity. Everyone chipped in 10, 15, 20 bucks. Drove down to New Orleans for the Rams-Saints NFC Championship game.
Whoa.
One of my buddies was a Saints fan, and so I went with. And we didn't have tickets. We just watched it at a bar in Bourbon Street. And we put together a 5-leg parlay at the Sportsbook in Biloxi, Mississippi, right next to New Orleans. And we did both the NFC and AFC Championship game and then 3 college basketball games. And one of the 3 college basketball games was Duke, Virginia. This would have been like January 2018? 2019? Yeah. And we took the over on Virginia Duke, and it was like 112 points. And we got the whole bar on it, and we were all in like unison. Every basket, just chanting, chip, 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 chipping away. And then they overhit with like a last-second free throw. And then the no call screwed us over. 1st and 10, so yeah, the parlay did not hit. Run to the right, and a run for Kyron Williams goes for about 5 yards. 2nd down and medium coming up, early stages of the 3rd quarter. Why is this game, by the way, on NBC and the next one is on CBS?
I understand CBS because that's more like AFC, so like that makes sense.
Yeah, I get that part. But
why isn't this one on Fox?
Why is the Sunday night not NBC regardless who's playing?
That's also a fair point.
I was just kind of confused. 2nd and 4, Stafford going deep, right side, has a man. Oh, Nakua was there, and I guess it's a hair overthrown. It almost looks like, I don't want to say Puka quit on this route, but what happened? It's there, and then he just kind of pulls up. Is it that much overthrown? It didn't look overthrown to me. He kind of just loses his footing a little bit. I guess it's a little bit in front of him, but man, that's a tough miss right there. John Wallace, long-lost cousin of William Wallace. 3rd and 4, snap to Stafford. His pass deep yet again. This time it is caught. Cooper Kupp down at the Philly 37. Back-to-back moon balls from Stafford, and the second one connects.
Another out. Braden Fisk has been downgraded to out as well for the Rams.
So both teams are missing a starting rookie on defense. Quinyon Mitchell, the first-round pick at corner for Philly. Defensive tackle, second-round pick for the Rams at, defensive tackle. I say that. 1st and 10. Handoff to Williams, and Kyron's got a good hole to run through. Kyron's loose inside the 20. Tackle from behind at the 8-yard line. Big run for the former Fighting Irish.
Into the Game Time Red Zone. Make sure you get your tickets for all your events, sporting, concerts, comedy shows at Game Time. Use code CHATSPORTS to get $20 off.
L.A. less than 10 yards away from retaking the lead. They led 7-6 for a little bit. Eagles reclaimed the lead, and they haven't looked back since. But 1st and goal right now from the 8-yard line. Oh, ball's loose! Williams jumps on it, just did not get the handoff cleanly from Stafford. It's a loss of 5. Could have been a lot worse. 2nd and goal. This one looks like it's on Kyron Williams. Stafford, oh no, Stafford kind of tosses it to Williams. I think Stafford begins to lose the handle of it. Look, Stafford kind of just air tosses it. I don't know how to describe it. Kind of just floated up in the air just as he was about to give it to Kyron. 2nd and goal from the 15, a loss of 6. Play action, and it's dumped off to Higbee, and the Eagles were ready for it. Gain of 2. So 3rd and goal from the 13.
That's such a costly play for the Rams. I mean, they are behind the 8 ball, potentially trying to get a touchdown when they look like they were in prime position to take the lead in this one.
Now you've got 3rd and goal from the 13. Got to imagine this ball's going to find one or two players if it goes to the end zone. 10 or 17. Nakua is so good in the yards after the catch situation. Let's see what kind of presence he brings in the red zone. Stafford in shotgun. Takes the snap. Rolling to his left. Now planting, looking, and he is sacked. He goes down. It's a minimal loss, but no touchdown opportunity for the Rams. 4th and goal coming up, and the field goal unit comes on halfway through the 3rd quarter. It's the rookie Hunt who had all time, like Stafford, holding onto the ball for an eternity, waiting for someone to get open. 2nd sack of the day for the Eagles defense, and now a 34-yard field goal attempt to tie the game from the rookie kicker out of Stanford is up, and it is good. We are starting over. 13 all, midway through quarter number 3, 13 apiece. 7:37. We got a super chat coming in from John Wallace. Let's check it out right now. Here's the deal I want to make with John's super chat. From a Niners fan, go Rams. Whoa.
He said he's Team California. He gave like a whole explanation during halftime when you were.
So John's just a big fan of the state seal.
Yes.
Right? He's going to the California Bear.
He is. He might well be the California Bear.
That's a first.
Yeah.
I always do get a chuckle, though, when a natural disaster strikes a city. Take the LA wildfires, and someone's like, hey, 49ers fan coming in here. Just want to say I'm still pulling from LA. Like, oh, it's so kind of you to put your football allegiance to the side and have empathy as people lose their homes. You know what I mean? Like, that's always the funniest thing in the world to me when a tragedy happens. Take any city. It's like something happens to, I don't want to, like New Orleans, Katrina, and like Falcons fans here, we're pulling for you guys. Oh, so noble of you. Despite us being rivalries in the National Football League, you are going to care about, the humanity over here. That I always laugh when I see that on Twitter of like people replying like, Seahawks fan here, pulling for you guys. Like, give this guy a Purple Heart. I mean, how noble of him to let everyone know that even though he's a fan of the opposing team, he is pulling for you to recover after your house was burned down.
Yeah, don't need to say it.
Where was I going with all this stuff?
Like the video.
Oh, we had John's Super Chat. I just wanted to say this.
Yes.
Until the next play, until the next snap, every $2 Super Chat will spin the wheel.
Okay.
Between right now, as
Okay.
I just said these words, and the next offensive snap, every $2 Super Chat, we will spin the wheel.
Yep. And again, here's our Super Chat menu, speaking of which. But yeah, discounted. It's at $10 right now. It's $2. It's a pretty good discount if you ask me. $20, again, shots, beers, cheers. $5 you get to pour, which, by the way, Rams are killing. It's like 110 discount.
Oh, it's all Rams.
It's all Rams.
I don't think any Eagles fans exist. It's a fugazi. It's not real.
It's a fugazi.
It's a myth. It's made up.
Yeah. Oh, man. We're at 133 in Super Chats, too. If we get to, I don't know, 250, it's a little over $100, I'll do a boot.
Beer boot, if we can get over to $250 in Super Chats by producer Colin.
Yeah.
John with a $2 super wants to spin the wheel. Let's go.
Shout out to
All
John.
right, John. We'll spin it at the next commercial break as we're about to kick things off.
As soon as this thing wants to load. John, the MVP, spend it.
Kick return does not exist. The Eagles will take a knee and touchback. Let's spin the wheel now, actually. Last call, send in a $2 super chat, send in any amount, and we'll spin the wheel. Okay. Here we go. For John Ginn, it's a Colin Beers cheers. First and 10. From the 30-yard line. Pistol formation. Hurts takes the snap. He hands it off, and Barkley has nowhere to run. The last couple of runs for Saquon, not as fruitful as earlier runs. No gain on the play. That's a pretty sick jacket that Collinsworth has on. Nice little Sunday Night Football. Yeah, a little puffer pull-up zipper jacket. Second and 10 from the 30. We're all tied after the Rams field goal. Hurts with plenty of time looking. Has all day. Hurts is going to tuck it and run, and he's going to get about 4 yards. 3rd and 6 coming up. This game's going to come down to whoever has the ball last. Not saying that they're going to win, but they're going to have the chance to tie or take the lead. Is it down? Third and 5. Snap to Hurts. Hurts Throwing over the middle, man wide open, Goddard. Across the 50, all the way to the 35. Huge gain to the tight end, Dallas Goedert, and the Eagles are in business. 31-yard hookup between Hurts and Goddard. Goddard's man just gets taken down by the turf monster, and he's all by himself. And he turns upfield and does the rest. 1st and 10. The Eagles have not actually been deep into Rams territory. Right, both touchdowns by Philly were long runs. Now, the final series before the end of the half, they did march down a little bit. They have not been in the red zone today. Yeah, they have 13 points and no red zone trips. That seems impossible. Not impossible. If they score 20 plus without ever getting to the red zone, that feels impossible. 2nd down and 6 coming up. Handoff to Barkley up the middle, and he gets about 8. 1st down, Philly. If you can't get the captions, just do it without captions. Oh, okay. First and 10, Philly. Just outside the red zone. Snap to Hurts, pump fake, looking, throwing deep left side, and it is incomplete. Batted away by a Rams DB, and it could have been picked off, but lucky for the Eagles, no one was in the end zone to just take the sitting duck. Great recovery by Lake, and then it just ricochets off his teammate's helmet, Witherspoon. Hurts, back in the gun. 2nd and 10 from the 22. Under 5 to play in the 3rd quarter. Play action yet again. It's a screen to Goddard. He's got room. Goddard inside the 10. Goddard to the 3. 1st and goal, Eagles. Inside the game time red zone, there is a flag. Oh, ineligible man downfield. Let's watch this. Is this a true screen or is it an RPO? Because there is a con to the RPO game. Your offensive linemen don't know what the quarterback is doing with the football. Is he giving it away? Is he holding on to it? And they might start run blocking too quickly. Is this a true screen and Becton's just too impatient? I think it's an RPO where Hurts has the option. He can give it to Barkley or he can find his tight end, and Becton doesn't know that he's holding on to it. 2nd and 15, so about a 20-yard net difference. Snap to Hurts. Climbing the pocket, and he is sacked. Down he goes for the 5th time today. And he is grimacing right now. Slowly gets up. Just a loss of 2 or 3, but we'll make it 3rd and a mile. Oh, he got bent backwards. He immediately grabs that left knee. It's kind of a hip drop tackle, is it not? I know they're not, but is this not textbook hip drop tackle? 3rd and 17, Hurts stays in the game from their own 30-yard line. They got to get positive yards here. Right now, it's a 47-yard kick. And they run it with Barkley, who gets about 3 yards. 44-ish yarder coming up. Yep, kicker Jake Elliott. He is 1 for 2 on extra points today. No field goal attempts. They had to run it there. They could not risk the possibility of a sack, once again knocking them out of field goal range, or an incompletion, and it comes down to 47-yarder from their 78% kicker. He's missed 8 kicks so far this season, the most in his career. This one from 44 to put the Eagles back on top. Kick is up, and it is good. Good from Elliott. And the Eagles regain the lead, 16-13. 2 minutes to go in the third. Big kick right there from 4.
Yeah, Eagles fans are happy to see that one, obviously.
I don't really know what you do if you're Howie Roseman of the Eagles. You can't actually cut your kicker because I don't think you're finding a better kicker right now. So,
Is there anybody in the draft?
well, I'm talking just for the rest of the playoffs.
Yeah.
Oh, the playoffs.
Yeah. I don't think you're going to find a better option.
Yeah. I'd agree.
So,
You're kind of stuck with your guys now.
and I also don't even know if, let's say, you could find someone who might be a little better. Is it worth the locker room shakeup to cut your captain in the middle of the playoffs?
Could you sign someone kind of just get his...
Yeah, do you sign someone to the practice squad to kind of light a fire under him?
Exactly.
But does he respond to that? Like for kickers, they're their own species. And I don't know if they would react to that the same way a wide receiver would. You know what I mean? To a same position guy being signed.
Oh, John, I owe you a beers cheers.
Yeah, beers cheers for Mr. John Ginn. Thank you so much, John. You've been the undoubted MVP of today's show. Everyone spam John right now in the chat.
100%. Jalen Hurts headed to the medical tent.
I'm not surprised.
Right. We'll see what it turns into.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts to the medical tent. It's that left knee as he was taking that last sack. Ty Man, the Buckeyes on it. Spamming John. Thank you, Ty Man.
Spam those Johns.
2 minutes to go in the third quarter.
I think you're right, though, Pete. It's like whoever has the ball last. I mean, it could be that could decide it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's neck and neck right now.
Well, remember my pregame prediction? I think I said Rams 29, Eagles 21.
Yeah. I had Rams.
I have yet to learn of the 5-point play in football, so it's probably not going to be 21 for the Eagles.
Yeah.
But I said Jalen Hurts, game-ending interception, final drive.
Okay.
I'm getting vibes of that right now. He hasn't been throwing dangerous football so far, but he's done it before to close out games.
Yes.
Albert Ross with a $2 super.
Shout out to Albert.
Let's go, Albert.
Get that thrown up on screen here in a second.
We're at 137 in super chats. The goal that my boss gave us was 150. So if you want more of these watch parties, I need more, I wouldn't say support, but like green light from above. And reaching these goals help us do that. Touchback by the Rams, and they will take over at their own 30-yard line.
Go. As we got Albert coming in.
Albert Ross. Let's effing go Rams. Why no Chat Sports Rams? We don't have a Chat Sports channel for all 32 teams yet. That's the ultimate goal, of course. And the recent hirings have allowed us to do more content and expand our reach, if you will. We want to get to all 32. The reason why no Chat Sports Rams specifically is, well, first, play action from Stafford. He dumps it off, and it's dropped by Higbee. Like 3.5 years ago, before that, because I was here then, like 4 years ago, before I even got here, the higher-ups at Chat Sports did, like, trial videos on all 32 teams' channels, and it was kind of like Darwinism, survival of the fittest. Whichever one's got the most views, we started channels for those teams, and I guess Rams didn't get a lot of views. 2nd and 10. Stafford under center. Handoff to Kyron Williams. He slips out of one tackle, but he can't evade the second. Gain of 6 will be 3rd down and short. I love that security man Dom was outside the medical tent. Just in case. Oh my gosh. John Ginn, a $50 super chat. John. Let's go, John. 3rd and 2 for the Rams. Snap to Stafford. Pass left side, caught. No, it's dropped by Nakua. Had it. Couldn't hold on. Incomplete. 4th and 2, and the Rams have to punt. When I came back from the halftime break, Alper, you asked me what the Rams need to do. And I said they got to get their stars going. You got to catch the ball. There's nothing a coach can do for you in that spot right there. It's a great pass. It's a first down, and he just drops it.
John says, get the Rams a channel right now.
I will talk to my boss during our weekly meeting about this one, John. John, thank you for your support. You got us nearly to $200 single-handedly, pretty much, in super chats. Good punt by the Rams. It's going to die at the 3-yard line. Wow. Long field coming up for Jalen Hurts if he even takes the field, as he was last seen in the medical tent with the knee injury. He's coming out 16-13 LA. I'm sorry, Philly.
So we need to spin the wheel for John, I think, a couple more times. I think he's earned that.
Yeah, we'll spin the wheel 2 times for John for that $50 super chat.
What up, John?
Let's go,
what up,
Mr.
John?
Ginn. John, I was not familiar with your game. NFL hot take, Colin.
Ooh, okay.
Or Alper, whichever one has one ready right now.
Well, you said yours during halftime.
Okay.
So I'll go, ooh.
If you didn't hear, it was Jalen Hurts is not a top 10 quarterback.
That's hot take?
All right. I think, here's a hot take.
Yeah.
You let me know. I think, depending on the Patriots draft, but I'll go ahead and believe in their system, I think the New England Patriots are making the playoffs next year.
You know, I don't hate that. It's a good hot take. It definitely warrants a hot take for how bad they were.
Their home schedule.
I've not.
It's the funniest schedule. It is so easy.
Okay, it's the NFL.
It's the NFL.
This isn't college football with the schedule. You have no idea who's going to be good, who's going to be bad the next year.
Going off of this year.
It's a big mistake right there.
I think the Patriots could win. What are they? I think they have 9. I think they could easily go 6-3 at home, 7-2.
Okay.
I will read you off.
So Albert's got another hot take. I'll tell him my hot take.
I mean, this is me being a homer.
I think Vrabel can quickly turn things around there. I think Drake May's a good quarterback, and they have some other pieces to add around him. But, I mean, it's the NFL. It's the league of parity. First to worst, worst to first. So I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility they go from last in the division to second or first maybe. It's not impossible is what I'm saying. It's the NFL. You can't discount it.
Yeah.
Let's hear. So they got their usual 3 suspects in the division.
Yes.
So Michael Penix and the Falcons come. I'm just going to say right now which team is better. Falcons are better than the Patriots.
Buffalo Bills, obviously.
Okay, let's skip the division ones.
Carolina Panthers.
Okay. Panthers were frisky, but I'll say Patriots probably.
Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, it's a mid-off right there or a bad off.
New York Giants.
Bad.
Las Vegas Raiders.
Bad.
Pittsburgh Steelers.
Dude, I didn't realize it was that easy, actually. Yeah, okay.
So now
I'll leave my words.
There we go.
Yeah, you're right. Damn. They really could just kind of go undefeated at home.
There we go.
And then just go 500 on the road.
See, this is why you give hot takes, because then you get information like this. Tommy says, this is the same Colin from Vikings Chat Sports. Well, it's odd because I'm part of our Bears channel. I did do a little work on the Vikings, but yeah, this is him.
Colin's a versatile man. He is priority number 1, helping Harrison Graham at Bears now, but every once in a while he'll step in and help out where needed. 1st and 10 for the Eagles, deep in their own territory. They run it with Barkley. He's good for 3. Right knee on Jalen Hurts' what did I say? Right brace on right knee for Jalen Hurts. I'm getting all twisted. I'm trying to repeat the exact update from Melissa Starks. 2nd and 6. Under a minute to go in the 3rd quarter. Hurts in the gun. Takes the snap. He'll look to pass. Standing in the end zone. Safety! 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 Down he goes! It's a safety! The Rams pass rush gets home again. 6th sack of the day. And where did I say the worst place to get pressure from is? Right up the middle. There's nowhere Hurts can go. He's got to get the ball out, but he doesn't. Can't risk taking a fumble. And down he goes, and we have a 1-point game.
Unbelievable. The Rams and their young pass rush. People were thinking, no Aaron Donald. Where are they going to get pressure from? And these young guys are just stepping up for Chris Shula and this Rams defense.
Excellent point.
Wow.
They replaced Aaron Donald, which you can't do, but you can try. And they've done a great job at it with not a bunch of early draft picks. 1 first-rounder starting on this pass rush. So the Eagles are going to punt it back to the Rams, leading 16-15 with 26 seconds to go in the third quarter. What's funny is, remember I said the Rams are going to win 29-21, and I was like, there's no 5-point play. I would have been so close if the Eagles got that safety. They would have been a field goal away from it. Because when I said that, I was like, well, obviously, field goal safety in my head. But I was like, they're not going to get a safety, so what's the point of bringing that up? Return for the Rams gets across the 30, stopped at the 35-yard line. So Stafford will walk onto the field and be a field goal away from taking the lead in the fourth quarter. Snow is coming down. Another super chat from John. I pray to you, John. Salute to you, man. Thank you. First and 10 for the Rams offense. This will likely be the last play of the third quarter. Stafford lines up under center. Excellent field position. The snow is coming down. Handoff to Williams. And Kyron Williams gets about 7. I mean, Stafford has to be having deja vu right now. One of the all-time NFL snow games was in Philadelphia about a decade ago and change when the Detroit Lions came to town, and little old Matthew Stafford was the quarterback of that Lions team. When we talk about NFL snow games, that's probably the first one that comes to my mind when I close my eyes.
That game made me so mad because I'm from Philadelphia country. I grew up 45 minutes from Philly. It wasn't snowing where I was. And I see on TV the whole field covered in 2 feet deep of snow. You remember that just insane picture of Megatron full of snow.
Yeah, that game comes to mind. More recently, the Browns-Steelers game on Thursday night this year. That was an all-time good snow game.
That was a really good snow game.
I also always think of Patriots-Raiders AFC Championship game.
Oh, the regular season game. Remember where Brady threw?
I was thinking the Tuck rule.
Oh, the Tuck rule. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. But Patriots-Titans, we had 5 touchdowns in the first quarter.
Yes.
Yeah, that's another really good snow game.
Yep.
What are some of the other best snow games you've had? I'm just kind of going along the north. I feel like we haven't gotten a good Jets or Giants snow game. They don't play many good games. So that's probably why.
This wasn't a good game, but I do remember Packers-Niners. Remember when Aaron Rodgers was only throwing to Devontae Adams, that Niners team?
Yeah. Oh, the playoff game?
Yep.
When Robbie Gould hit the game winner in the snow. That's a good one, yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm. That's a good one.
Like Bears, probably any Bears iconic snow games. They haven't
had the iconic wet game a couple of years ago, 2 or 3 years ago.
The 49ers week 1?
Yes.
Yeah, uh-huh. They had the Fog Bowl in Chicago, but that was a long time ago.
Yep. Let us know who you got, though. We got 1 quarter left of, anticipated football. We'll see if it turns into any free football. Let us know who you got.
I guess we can't. If the Rams score, they're going to go for 2.
Yeah.
And so then we have a 7-point game.
Yeah.
Okay. And if the Eagles score, they're probably going to go for. Would they go for 2?
I'd try to. With Jake Elliott.
With Jake Elliott, I'm saying.
Go up 9.
Go up 9. Would they?
Yep.
Yeah. Or go up 8.
Yeah.
Go up 8 if you kick a field
Oh,
goal.
8, yeah, 8 the extra point. I'm sorry.
There you go. Here's an update on our subscriber thing. Again, if we get to 397K, we're doing some drinking here on the show. Help us
5
get
subs
there.
away.
Let's go.
Come on now. Hit that subscribe button down below.
There we go.
We are back in Philly.
Oh, let's go.
One of my favorite parts about the Sunday Night Football broadcast crew from NBC is how much they highlight the local high school teams. Like, they always talk about whatever game was going on Friday night in that area. Is that the Penn? Yeah, it's Penn. Wow, it is really snowing now. 2nd and 10, Stafford under center. To start the fourth quarter, he hands it off to Williams. Ball! Scooped up by the Eagles. Eagles return inside the 40, 30, 20, 10, out of bounds.
Wow.
James, no, it's Rodgers. Kyron Williams with a fumble as clear as day. Scooped up by the Eagles. And they are in business inside the red zone. Well, here's the weather coming at you. Jalen Carter just punches it out, and that's a slick, wet ball in the conditions right now. Wow, great play by Carter. He's coming off a block. He's like, let me just see if I can come punch this ball out. Costly fumble by the Rams to begin the fourth quarter, and Jalen Hurts will take over inside the 10-yard line. First turnover of the game for either side. And in a one-point game, that's usually the difference maker. The Rams score here. We can look back at that fumble. First and goal from the 10-yard line. Hurts in the pistol. I expect him to be very conservative. It's a run for Barkley. Barkley's down at the 2. 2nd and goal, and they are 2 yards away from really stretching this lead.
We are in the Prize Picks Red Zone. Make sure you use code CLNS for all your daily fantasy needs.
I'm in agreement with Collinsworth. Tush push is kind of off the table right now with Hurts' knee injury. I think you run it 4 times with Barkley, and you should score on one of those 4. 2nd and goal. Handoff yet again to Barkley. This time he is stopped. Maybe a loss of 1. No gain on the play. What does Kellen Moore want to do here? What would you guys do? 3rd and goal from the 3. Are you running or passing it? I'm running it too. I'm going to run it, and I'm going to go down swinging with Barkley. Yeah. This Rams pass rush has gotten all over Hurts today. I'd run it. 3rd and goal from the 2.5-yard line. Hurts in the gun, takes the snap, hands it off to Barkley, and he is in. Touchdown, Eagles. He was down right at the goal line, but they called a touchdown. In this weather, it's going to be very tough to see exactly where he was down and where the goal line is. I don't know, Jim. It's very close. Calling the field's a touchdown. I don't know if they'll be able to overturn this. Nor do I think they necessarily should. Yeah. That's what Terry thinks. We're right. I think he might be short. I think it's going to be 4th and goal from 2 inches. So while they review this, quick shout out to our sponsor, Prize Picks. Prize Picks is the best place to get real money sports action. With over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings, Prize Picks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. Just pick more or less on at least 2 players. Basketball season's heating up, and Prize Picks is the best place to get real money action while watching your favorite teams. You can now win up to 1,000 times your money on Prize Picks. Prize Picks offers Venmo and MasterCard for quick and easy deposits and withdrawals into your account this season. Download the app today and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. All of that information is in the comments and description of today's video. Download the app today and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. Run your game. It's going to be fourth down?
They reversed it.
So they had the opening run, they got into the 2.
Yep.
That was first and goal. On second and goal, he kind of lost a yard.
Yep.
That became third and goal. And then on third and goal, he got almost everything.
Yep.
So what would you guys do?
I'm still giving it to Barkley. I'm not letting Jalen Hurts get any particular
No,
situation.
I agree. It's either Barkley or field goal.
Oh, okay.
And the field goal is not a – you make it a 4-point game. You make it a touchdown game.
You do.
Now, the con or the pro is if you go for it and don't get it, you do pin them at the 1-yard line.
Yeah, you do.
This might sound cowardly. I don't hate the field goal option.
Go up 4.
The offense has not fully been in sync today for Philly. You only need half a yard. I know that. But might not be a bad idea to make it a touchdown game.
All right.
What do you guys think? So they have overturned the call. He is short, and you can tell he is short. He's short by about 3 inches. Yes, some people think it's a lot. So what do the Eagles want to do? I don't think it's that big of a difference. Hurts lines up in the tush-push formation from the goal line. He will push it in for a touchdown. Flag. False start. They never call the false start on the tush-push, and they do this time, and now it's field goal. False start on Lane Johnson. Yes, the right tackle for Philly. I've always had a little bit of a gripe with the Eagles' offensive line always gets a little bit of a head start on the tush-push. Well, it's definitely not on Lane Johnson. They called the wrong number. Oh, right there. You're right. He flinches. Yeah. Oh, that's a false start. So now it is 4th and goal from the 6.
Oh my God.
Jake Elliott, and they are clearing a runway for him. I like this is why I say if you kick the field goal even at the 1-yard line, the Rams have to get a touchdown. So, 23-yard field goal attempt is up, and it is good. So the lead is 4, 19-15. Anything cool happened in 1915? No. We were in the early stages of World War I. Yeah. Let's go. Where are you off to? Oh. Wow, wowie, wow. I have a chair. Over 700 people watching right now. I want to know who you got, the Rams or the Eagles? I picked the Rams pregame, and I'm still standing by my pick. It is snowing big time. Here's what's at stake. Obviously, advance to the NFC Championship game with the win. If the Rams win, they are hosting the Commanders. If the Eagles win, they are hosting the Commanders. Meanwhile, the Chiefs await the winner of the Ravens-Bills game, which will be in a few short hours. We'll also have a watch party for that here at Chat Sports, so make sure you tune in for it over there. Now, with the snow, I do think that impacts the way these offenses operate. And I would imagine it would become a little bit more of a run-centric, although it's difficult to get footing with the snow. Return for the Rams, by the way, is going to be tough as it's scooped off the ground, and I have no idea where he stopped. You can hardly tell any kind of marker on the field. We got 700 people tuned in right now. Let's go. I want to know who you're pulling for, who you think's going to win. First and 10 for the Rams, somewhere on the field. I don't know where. Just shy of the 30. It's another run for Kyron Williams. Yes. Who fumbled the last time he touched the rock. This time he gets 3 yards. But an up and down offensive day for LA. In the second half, they go punt, field goal, punt, fumble. 2nd and 6. I don't think the snow kills the air game as much as you might think. Stafford hands it off to Williams, and oh man, he is rocked. Zach Bond, the Pro Bowl linebacker, just read the play like a book. And it's a TFL. Nowhere for Williams to go once he got the football. Bond was on top of him. Jalen's pulling for the Rams. 3rd and 9. Stafford in shotgun. Snap to 9. Stafford throwing over the middle, and it's caught, first down. The Rams might not know it, but we can't tell from the yellow line. It's a gain of 15, first down for the number 1 receiver so far today, Demarcus Robinson. Well, I mean, the more. We had the less on Cooper Kupp receiving yards on Prize Picks, and that's looking pretty good right now.
I have the more on Puka Nacua. He's been non-existent.
Yeah. 1st and 10, Stafford under center, somewhere around his own 40-ish. Stafford is going to get his. He throws. That's, I think, a live ball. And they're going to say incomplete. So an incomplete pass. That would have been a fumble, which I'm not convinced it's not. Ooh, that's as close as it comes to, was the arm coming forward or not? 2nd and 10. I think it's in the Eagles' best interest that is ruled an incomplete pass. Would have been a gain of 1 because it fumbled out of bounds. I think you can only advance a forward fumble in the last 2 minutes. You can't advance a forward fumble in the last 2 minutes. 2nd and 10. Stafford's throw is swatted down. Incomplete, looking for Nacua. Just trying to get the ball out to him in open space quickly. And there's Zach Bond yet again. Gets a paw to the ball. Swats it down. 3rd and 10 coming up. Nearly 800 people watching. Shout out to Big Neff Network. Dwayne The Rock Johnson's here. Double S. Spinda. Murray. There was a penalty that was declined by the Eagles. So 3rd and 10 coming up. 11 minutes to go in the game. 4-point lead for the home Eagles. Stafford in the gun on 3rd and 10. Here's the snap. Dropping back. And ball comes out, recovered by the Eagles. Stafford, strip sack, recovered by Philly. And the Eagles once again take over in excellent field position. And if the Eagles win this game, it's going to be Philly's defense that carried them to the NFC Championship. Another takeaway. This time it's Stafford who puts the ball on the turf. How does 79 get... Oh, it's Nolan Smith. I haven't signed. You're way too big to lose to someone that small. Georgia Bulldogs have forced the last 2 fumbles for this Philly defense, and the Rams defense will have to try and keep this a field goal. If Philly scores a touchdown, it's game.
Oh, it's over.
It's over with the weather to score that much. I have no idea where they are roughly. I'm going to estimate, close my eyes, just get the vibes of they're at the Rams 28. 36. Whew. Kind of feels like when you like blindfold yourself and you walk and then you like the egg challenge and you take it off and you're like, I wasn't even close to the finish line. 2nd down and 8, a 2-yard run for Barkley. Now, having said all this, they are far from field goal range. I mean, that fumble kind of feels like a backbreaker for the Rams, but it's not going to be an easy kick in these conditions. 2nd and 8. Pistol formation. They are around the 36-yard line. Hurts rolling to his right. He'll throw short to the flat. It's caught by Barkley. Gain of 4. 3rd and medium coming up. Getting closer to better field goal range, but who really knows a kicker's range in this weather? Third down. What would you guys do here? On 3rd and about 3? 3rd and 5, I think it's like 3rd and 4. Would you run it or pass it? I'm running, and so is Barkley, but he's not running very far. He gets maybe a yard. We're going to have 4th and 4 coming up. And now my question is, do you kick the field goal, or do you go for it on 4th and 4?
I'm going. Your defense has been...
What's the better probability? If the probability is the same, you might as well kick the field goal, since one of them is guaranteed points and the other one just results in maybe points.
I'm going for it.
The offense is on the field. They're going to go for it. It's 4th and 4. 4th and 3. It's really difficult to even know where they are exactly and where they have to go. Hurts just shy of the 30-yard line. Shotgun snap. Throwing on the slant. It's caught. A.J. Brown, 1st down. Brown gets about 7 yards, and the Eagles move the chains. Right now, the Rams have one priority. Keep the Eagles out of the end zone. Right outside the 20-yard line. Run for Barkley, who trips up, and he loses about a yard or 2. He just got taken down from the snow. Second down and probably 11, 8 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. Barkley lining up in the backfield. Another pistol formation for Philly at about their own 24. Play action. Hurts rolling to his left, throwing that way, and it's caught. Devontae Smith gets, I don't know how many yards. Half of the yards, maybe? It's very difficult to tell with the snow. Inside the Prize Picks red zone with that last completion. 3rd and 4 from the 17-yard line. Pistol formation for Hurts. Hurts, with 7 minutes to go, takes the snap, gives it to Barkley. He is tackled for no gain. So now the question becomes, you're faced with yet another 4th and 4. What do you want to do? And the field goal unit comes on. I think that's okay. I will say it's a little bizarre to go for it. I guess you really feel like you can make the kick from this range, but not earlier. Okay. So Elliott's going to come on for a 37-yarder. He's 2 for 2 on field goals today. But he missed an extra point, which is about the same distance as this. 37-yard field goal attempt is up, and it is good. In the snow, Elliott delivers, and it's 22-15 Eagles. 6 minutes to go in the quarter. Whew. Here we go. Who you got? Touchdown ball game. The Eagles defense forcing 2 takeaways in the 4th quarter, but the offense only getting 6 points off those takeaways. Just 1 touchdown, and this game's over. But the Rams defense does enough to keep the offense in this game. Put in a bad spot twice, but made the best of it. And now the question becomes, can Stafford and the offense lead another incredible postseason drive? A little bit like when they beat the Buccaneers en route to the playoffs, en route to the Super Bowl. That incredible Cooper Kupp play. Will we have another one of those in store for us? Who you got? 733 people watching. We can have producer Alper, who's getting the swing of things, getting
my first kind of
get your feet wet.
steps into the producer chair here, but that's actually in a live show.
You want to give some shout-outs in the meantime?
Sure, we can give some shout-outs in the meantime. I mean, I see Christopher Flores out here in the chat. His final score, 23-22 Rams. So he says if they score a touchdown, they're going for 2.
Which I actually agree with.
Yeah.
Because with the snow, the probability of the extra point has to go down.
Oh, for sure.
And the pro of going for it is if you go to overtime, you could win. If you go to overtime, you don't have an easy field goal waiting for you.
But don't forget.
So you're going to need to get to the end zone most likely again.
But don't forget the new overtime rules. It's not like the regular season.
Yeah.
Both teams get possession.
Right, but I'm saying that in overtime, if you are going to win that game, you're going to have to score a touchdown. Because I don't think you can count on kicking a field goal in overtime to win. So, with that in mind, you could be 2 yards away from winning the game versus in overtime needing to score a touchdown because you likely don't trust your Stanford kicker in this moment.
For sure.
I'd go for it.
Dylan Sutcliffe's going Philly. Shout out to you, Mateo Vasquez. Case and Watson, I say Rams win this, and it's going to be wild. I'm hoping that it's going to be wild. I mean, I'm a big Tom Brady fan. I'm rocking a Tom Brady hoodie right now. So what you were talking about earlier, Petey, that play a couple years ago, it hurt my heart to see Tom Brady lose.
So the Rams get the kick return unit on the field with 6:18 to go in the 4th quarter. There's time for 2 possessions if the Rams don't score now or quickly. But they're quickly running out of time. Kickoff goes through the back of the end zone for a touchback. I don't know what side of the field it is, but the side they're playing on now, we'll call it the south side of the field, is completely destroyed by all the cleats and footing. The other half of the 50, no one's touched that half of the 50 for the last 60 minutes of real time. First and 10 for the Rams coming up. They have fumbled their last 2 drives. They have 1st and 10 at their own 30. Play action for Stafford. He is going to be sacked. Down he goes. The Eagles pass rush coming to life. Loss of about 10. It'll be 2nd and a mile with 6 and counting. Devontae Smith, Alabama. Mr. Mateo. We're also $11 away from 200 in Super Chats. If you enjoy the free content we provide, Super Chats really do help us grow here at Chat Sports so we can get a Rams channel going. 2nd and 17. Shotgun snap. Handoff to Williams, and Kyron gets about 6. Will be 3rd and more manageable. Third down coming up. Is it 4 down territory? You think so? I think depending on the distance for 4th down. Third and 10. Is that really a 10-yard run by Kyle? Oh, it's a 7-yard run? Okay, I can buy that. Stafford, shotgun snap. Pass is, I think, tipped at the line of scrimmage. It's incomplete. It's 4th and 10, and the Rams go 3 and out. I think you got to punt here. The defense has done a good job. They've just been pinned back twice. Now you get to pin the Eagles back, and you got 3 timeouts and a 2-minute warning. Pass is deflected, incomplete. Rams send the punt unit on. Fake punt, fake, fake, fake. You got to watch the fake if you're the Eagles. Punt is away, and it's an okay punt, but you would have liked a much better punt. Goes out of bounds around the 27, 28-yard line. So okay starting field position for Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley. Under 5 to go in the 4th quarter. Any play that goes out of bounds from here on out will stop the clock.
You notice, but every single time that you see it come off his foot, it looks like he
shakes it. That's why I said it earlier. I was like, ooh, bad punt. I'm like, never mind. Caught it to 15, so it can't be that bad. Yeah, shankopotamus it. I also have that eye whenever I'm watching golf. I feel like half the time the ball coming off the tee or the ground looks like it's going left or right, and then it just goes straight. We crossed 800 subscribers, 396,804 strong. We want to get to 397. We are less than 200 subscribers away, 196 to be exact. So if you are looking for a free NFL, college football, NBA, sports YouTube channel, join 396 and now 803,000 strong. Took the wind out of my sails right there to whoever that was.
You just ruining the mood.
Ruined it. Exactly. Mood killer. Oh. Here we go. Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, and the Eagles. They are 2 first downs away from winning this game.
Yes.
1 first down, no. 2, possibly.
When do you start calling timeouts? Do you do it now, or do you wait and see if they get the first down?
Well, I think depending how first down goes. If first down is anything more than 5 yards, I wouldn't call it. I'd almost invite them to get the first down on 2nd and short so you can restart the process as quickly as possible. Not waste time on 2nd down, 3rd down for them to get a first down then. Like if you're the Eagles, you don't really want to get a first down on this first play. As backwards as it sounds, if you could, you want to get like 9 yards and then kill some clock, then get a first down, and now you get to kill clock for 3 consecutive plays.
Just knowing Sirianni, I could see him coming out of this play and just throwing it 10 yards downfield. Knowing Sirianni.
Yeah, the Eagles have been known to do dumb things in moments like this.
Or just being aggressive, not even like, hey, let's run this clock out. But there was the Falcons game.
The Falcons Monday night game where they passed it to Barkley. It's incomplete. They kick a field goal, and Kirk Cousins marches down the field and wins the game. We got a 7-point game with under 5 to go. Here comes Hurts and the offense at their own 22-yard line. Looks like the snow might have slowed down, but it's still plenty on the ground. Hand off to Barkley, and a good run. First down and more. Barkley gone all the way on the first play. Touchdown, Eagles. And Philly is 4 minutes away from hosting the NFC Championship game. First play, and he goes all the way, 78 yards. Second touchdown of the game for 26. Third on the ground for the Eagles. Wow. Ball game.
House call.
Game.
It could have happened last week, too.
Remember, he took the knee. It just seems like every single time Saquon breaks free, he's gone.
Extra point is no good. 13-point game, but that's a concern. He's allergic to extra points now. He was allergic to long field goals, and now the allergy has changed to short kicks, 33-yarders. So let's rewatch this play. What went wrong for the Rams? Or better yet, what went right for the Eagles? It's great jump by Barkley, excellent blocking, 2 missed tackles. There's the first-ish one. This is the one, he's behind him at that point. And Barkley's having a phenomenal game in the snow. What's his final stat line going to be? 2 touchdowns, 180 yards?
What does he have right now?
That's what I'm wondering. He's at 196 yards and 2 touchdowns.
All 4 touchdowns he's scored against the Rams have been 60-plus yards.
He had 255 in the Week 12 matchup.
So the the Eagles are 436 away from hosting the Commanders next Sunday afternoon in the NFC Championship game. Remember we used to make fun of the NFC East, the NFC Beast? Now it's the best division of football. They're the last 2 standing in the entire National Football Conference. Stafford has 3 timeouts, a 2-minute warning, and 4.5 minutes to get 13 points. It's only happening if the first touchdown happens in the next minute 36. If they can score before the 3-minute mark, they got a chance with a stop. The Rams defense, I felt like, played much better than the 28 points would indicate. They were put in some bad spots, but on that play, they melted down. Stafford's pass is caught over the middle by Nakua. It's a gain of 16, 17. How about 20 yards? A good, friendly push from behind. Rams got to hurry. 1st and 10. They get 20 yards. That's a start. They do have all 3 timeouts. They can score and get a stop and get the ball back, but that would include scoring with no timeouts remaining. Stafford throwing deep over the middle, and it's dropped. It's dropped by Robinson. And if you're going to march down the field and stage a comeback like this, you have to be perfect. Puka Nacua, 4 grabs, 50 yards off of 10 targets. And you don't even want to know what Cooper Kupp's been up to. Guy's been doing cardio out there. Just a day at the gym for 10. Have hardly seen him all afternoon. From the 50-yard line, snap to Stafford. Pass to the right is caught. Gain of 12, first down, and out of bounds, so the clock will stop. Need 2 touchdowns, so field goal does nothing for you. Not as dead as maybe I thought a minute ago, based on how the way they've moved the ball so quickly. Stafford, 1st and 10, throwing deep left side. Ooh, incomplete. No flag. No flag. 2nd and 10 now. Under 4 to play. Injured corner on the play for the Eagles. Second and 10. Eagles missing 2 corners right now. I'm guessing Stafford's going to recognize that and attack it. Stafford throwing deep right side. He's got his man inside the 20. Tutu Atwell, the former 2nd-round pick, gets the Rams inside the Prize Picks red zone. 3:40 and counting. If they score in the next 37 seconds, they got a chance. Stafford throwing right side, out of bounds as Tyler Higbee stops the clock. It's about the 15-ish yard line. 2nd and 4. Wow, where was this the last 2 series?
Looks like the Eagles have just gone in prevent mode, just letting everything happen underneath.
Stafford from the 13, throwing over the middle. It's caught, and Kupp is down at the 2. 1st and goal from the 2-yard line. 3:20 and counting. Ball gets set. Stafford lines up under center, takes the snap, hands it off, and loss of 3 on the play. 2nd and goal from the 5. You got to hurry. You don't have time to think about that. 3 minutes and counting. You do not want to waste the 2-minute warning on your offense. You got to make sure that's used to stop the Eagles. Stafford takes the snap, throwing to the end zone, incomplete, no flags. 3rd and goal from the 5. Third and goal with 2:51. Clock is stopped after the incomplete pass. You got 2 cracks at the end zone. 4 down territory. Stafford in shotgun. Takes the snap. Looking, throwing. Caught, touchdown. With 2:48, the Rams have life. Colby Parkinson. 7-point game. You go for 2. Kick the extra point. I think I might go for 2. If the plan is to go for 2 at the end, might as well do it now. So if you don't get it, the next time if you get it, you tie the game. Because you're likely to get one of your 2 field goal units
You're
on.
already down 7.
Right. But it's the math of if you're down 14 and you score a touchdown, what do you do? If there's a 55% chance that you convert your 2-point play, you do it the first time so that if you don't get it the second time, it's to tie the game.
I've never been a fan of just down 14 going for 2.
It's weird.
It's weird analytical.
I know, but the math says you have a slightly greater than 50% chance of getting it. So do it both times. If you wait to do it the second time, then you kind of put all your eggs in that basket. But if you do it twice, you get a big enough sample size where you're likely to get one of those 2. 2:48. I'm not doing an onside kick here.
No, you have 3 timeouts.
You got 3 timeouts. I will say, we saw this in the Lions Commanders game. If I were to do an onside kick, I would do a model of an onside kick where if it's recovered, it's kind of towards the 50.
So if
Trying
you
to
stop them, you're still going to punt.
Yeah. Like an onside kick where we're going to kind of kick it deep-ish for an onside kick. But if we get a right bounce, we can still recover it. But if you recover it, you're not in field goal range immediately. The Rams are not going for the onside kick. They will kick it deep with 2:48.
They're going deep.
And it goes out the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here we go. 2:48. The Eagles were about to start planning a home NFC Championship game, and now they need a first down. The Rams on their last drive just marched down the field. Stafford just picked them apart. 1st and 10 for the Eagles at their own 30. Both teams have all 3 timeouts. Philly, in my estimation, is truly a first down away from winning this game. First and 10 for the Eagles. Snap to Hurts. It's a handoff to Barkley, and he's going to get 2.5. First timeout called by LA. I would not have called that timeout. Because the play clock would have dictated the Eagles to snap the ball before the 2-minute warning. So you would have been able to save a timeout on the front side of the 2-minute warning. They have to snap it again, and then the 2-minute warning. It would have been 3rd down with about a minute 55, and you'd have all 3 timeouts. I would not have called that timeout. If you can get them in that sweet spot of like 2:45-ish, the play clock 40 seconds will expire in about 2 minutes and 5 seconds. They have to snap it then. But there's a free timeout right afterwards. Play action for Hurts. Pressure coming. He's sacked. Down he goes. Huge loss. All the way back at the 20, a loss of 10. And the Rams call their second timeout. It'll be 3rd and 20. Kobe Turner, who's been such an unsung hero for this Rams defense.
This is what I mean. Sirianni choosing to throw the ball.
When this pass rush is eating you alive all game.
What are we doing?
3rd and 19. Third and 19. Eagles line up in a bit of a spread offense. Hurts in the gun. He's going to change the protection. There's some miscommunication. Goddard does not know where to go right now, it looks like. Play clock winding down. It's a handoff to Barkley. Saquon will get 7-8 yards. Timeout Rams. See, I would not have called that timeout either. I would have preferred to save that timeout for your own offense. That way, if you take a sack, it doesn't feel so backbreaking with no timeouts. 2:35. Are they really about to blow this thing? Are we going to get the... You know that picture when it's like the perfect screenshot of the broadcast with the time, the score, and it's like, with 4.5 minutes, the Eagles were up 13. You'll never guess what happened. It's like the 28-3. Like they always posterize those moments. But there's a recent collage of all the Pittsburgh Steelers playoff exits the last like 6-7 rounds or 6-7 appearances. Punt is away for Philly. And it's going to take a good Eagles bounce. It'll roll all the way to the 17. 2:23. The Rams can get a few plays off before the 2-minute warning. But this is very simple. You got no timeouts, 2:23, and about 75 yards between you and hosting the NFC Championship game. We got 789 people watching with us right now. Make sure you like the video if you are loving this close game.
Come on.
And let me know who you got.
Only
Rams, Eagles. Stafford and the offense break the huddle. Snap to Stafford. His pass is thrown short, caught by Higbee, gain of 6. Clock is running, 2:15 to go. They can get one more play off before the 2-minute warning. This has to be completed. You got to use that timeout to your advantage. Stafford's pass is caught. It's Cooper Kupp, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. 1st and 10 Rams from the 30 on the other side of the break with no timeouts left. Here we go. We said this. It would come down to who got the ball last. Ooh. Also, I was like high when I suggested going for 2 earlier. Because they were up by 13. I was kind of thinking they're up by 14. That would have been asinine to go for 2 when you were just 2 extra points away from winning the game, not tying the game. I'm looking at it now. I'm like, could you imagine if they didn't go for the extra point?
Like,
and it was like 28-21?
Great.
Christopher, is Nick Sirianni getting fired if the Rams win? I don't think so. I know that of all the coaches that made the playoffs, Sirianni's seat might not have been the hottest, but it might have been the most talked about. I think Sirianni took a lot of heat off the seat with the way the Eagles performed in the regular season. They got off to a great start, and they kind of put it in cruise control after that. So I don't believe there's any intention of moving out from Sirianni.
All right, we got 2 minutes. So type in the chat who you got. LAR for Rams, PHI for Eagles. PDI, with how the Eagles' defense is in these 2-minute situations, I think the Rams might do this.
The Eagles have forced 2 takeaways this quarter, but they also were carved up the last time by Stafford as they marched down the field in about 2 minutes and put up a touchdown. I'm going to say Eagles win this game.
Okay.
I'm going to say Eagles win. I picked the Rams, which is kind of odd because I picked the Rams to win 29-21. And it's 28-22 Eagles. So just kind of flip-flopping, we're there. But I think the no timeouts part is going to be very tricky. I wish they saved one of their timeouts for their offense.
I trust boy genius Sean McVay.
Yeah, I shouldn't say that I can do a better job of managing the clock than McVay. But it's a lot easier to manage the clock in an air-conditioned, heated room than on the bench of this blizzard right now.
All right, here we go.
No timeouts for the Rams. Their season, which got off to a slow start, 1-4 out the gate, went on to win the division, got the last spot of the top 4 seeds. Snap to Stafford, throwing deep left side, incomplete. DeJean, the rookie, could have had an interception. Albert Ross with a $2 super. Show me what team you're pulling for right now. Rams fans, make some noise. Eagles fans, make some noise. Albert Ross pulling for the Rams. 2nd and 10. Stafford in the gun. Takes the snap. Stafford throwing deep over the middle. Batted down. Incomplete. And it's 3rd and 10. With no timeouts, I don't know if it makes much sense to try and make it 4th and short. Like, best case scenario, you get it 4th and 2, and then you convert again, but you've gained 15 yards at the cost of 40 seconds. I'd rather take my chance at 10 yards, 2 separate tries. Stafford throwing over the middle. It's caught. DeMarcus Robinson, first down. Gain of 12 just across the 40. Minute 40 and counting. The center, the ball, receiver, whoever it is, give the football to the referee immediately. You cannot set the ball yourself. Snap to Stafford. Stafford looking, throwing deep, right side. Caught! Puka Nacua! Deep inside Eagles territory! Out of bounds with 1:25. He is inbounds. That's a catch. Don't ask me where on the field. Somewhere around the 25-ish yard line. It's at the 21. Just outside the red zone. 1:25 to go. Snap to Stafford. Throwing to the left, and it's caught. That was a bad idea. Wow, they called Cooper Kupp out of bounds. If you go out of bounds going backwards, the clock should run. And I thought Kupp was going backwards. Clock stops with 1:19. They are inside the Prize Picks red zone. Albert Ross, thank you for your super chat. The drive is currently en route. Eagles have all 3 timeouts. Do they consider using any of their timeouts to give their defense a break, or are they thinking we need them for our offense right now? And a pre-snap penalty. I don't know if it's a false start or offsides. False start on the offense. The right guard for the Rams, just a little too quick. Yeah, it's a false start. So 2nd and 12, 1:19 to go. Now just outside the red zone. You can tell the Eagles players are trying to catch their breath, especially this pass rush. Stafford in the gun. Takes the snap, throwing to the right, and it's going to be caught for a gain of 8. Nacua just short of the first down marker. 3rd and 3 coming up. Out of bounds, 1:14.
This is incredible.
The Rams are less than 20 yards away from taking the lead, from tying the game. 3rd and 2. Stafford shotgun snap. Looking. Stafford sacked. Down he goes. Swallowed up by Carter at the 24, and it's 4th and a mile. Maybe not a mile. 4th and like 10. It felt like it was a long sack. 4th and 11. 51 seconds. Clock will not stop. Jalen Carter, who had a forced fumble earlier this quarter, now comes up with one of the biggest sacks of the game for Philly. 4th and 11. This is the game. 37 seconds. Stafford in shotgun. Puts a man in motion. With 30 seconds, takes the snap. Stafford throwing deep right side. Incomplete. Turnover on downs. Eagles are going to win. Philly is going to host the NFC Championship game. Jalen Carter making the play of the game at the end to put it at 4th and long with a 3rd down sack. That pass never stood a chance. Rams wanted a flag on the hold. It might have been. It looks kind of uncatchable to me, honestly. I don't think that's one to lose sleep over. Rams wanted a flag on the Eagles. Turnover on downs. And an incredible drive by Stafford comes up just short. The Eagles kneel it, and the Philadelphia Eagles are going to the NFC Championship game to take on the Washington Commanders next Sunday from CenturyLink Field. 28-22, the final. Really appreciate every single one of you that watched this game with us. Chat Sports has more watch parties coming for all these playoff games. Tyler Jones and Tyler Smith are going to do a watch party for the Bills and Ravens game, so make sure you check that out after this one. To John Ginn, the undoubted MVP of today's watch party, and everyone else that super chatted, that liked, that commented. Thank you guys. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday night. Eagles flying to the NFC Chip.